Hi, welcome to ThreadTalk podcast this evening.
I like it. This is Kat. Welcome to ThreadTalk Tuesday. We are Denver and Teresa as your hosts, and we have co-hosts. We have Kaylin, Catherine, Kat,
Whatever's easiest for anybody here.
and we have Megan.
Hi.
Just one name for Megan.
Meg.
Meg.
Meg. Megan, did you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you. What do you do? What do you drive? What do you do for work?
You drive.
I am Kat's friend. I've known you guys for a while now.
Yes.
I am a dental hygienist here in the city of Toronto.
Woohoo.
And I drive a Porsche that I didn't buy from Denver.
Very nice.
I'm Kat. I'm Denver's sister for the whole part of my life.
Yep, mine too.
Almost 35 years and counting. Oh, no, I guess you're a bit younger, so I guess I have to calculate your age.
30.
30 years.
Yeah.
30 years. And I'm a personal trainer in Toronto.
Excellent.
Woohoo.
And today, our theme is going to be what, Teresa?
Wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what? This can't be real. That's the theme. That's the theme. So we got some really good stories. I am officially 2 drinks in. This is going to be a beer and wine night.
Oh, yeah.
Kat and Megan have wine, and I'm on these Coors seltzers. So if Coors Lights wants to sponsor me in the future, we'll take all the help we can get. And it's going to be a loose lips tonight with some
Yes.
hot takes
I love
hot
on
takes.
these stories.
Loose lips, sink ships.
We're
Is
about
that
to
what it is?
sink
Swift
some
said it best.
big ships here. We've got some pretty epic stories.
I'm excited for this episode. I have some good stories.
Teresa's been amped up, ready. So we'll let Teresa start. She can do the first story.
Okay, amazing.
Let's just get right into it.
Perfect. Okay. This one comes from Best of Redditor Updates, posted 19 hours ago.
Ooh, fresh one.
Yes. I, 23 female, created a 1-to-1 scale puppet version of my boyfriend, 22 male, and showed it to him during foreplay as a joke. Now he hasn't texted me in 12 hours, and I'm starting to get worried. How do I get him to text me back?
Oh my gosh, a 1-to-1 scale puppet?
Oh, you noted that, eh?
Wait, I'm confused. It's the same size as him?
I'll read.
1-to-1 would be like full size.
Okay. The title pretty much says it all. But
Wait,
here-
that's just the title? I thought the story was over.
Are you for real? Dude.
I feel like
Are
Madison.
you new here?
I feel like Madison. That was such a long title. I was like, okay, I guess it's a really short story. I got zoned out. 2 drinks in already. Man, this is gonna be a rough one.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that was the title because I missed it, so I need the story.
Okay, I'll get into it.
I will say though, it takes effort to pay attention to these
Yeah,
stories
it
because
does.
you're not
Sometimes you
reading
zone
and
out.
you're just listening. You have to
That's
make
true.
a conscious effort
The
to
wine.
actually listen, or else you zoom out and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The title pretty much says it all, but here are some more details. My boyfriend of 6 months and I had a pretty cut and dry relationship up to this point. I've always been what some people call quirky, so pranks are sort of my bread and butter. He, John, has expressed that he really likes this part of me, and I'm just happy to be with someone who can handle all my zest, lol. Sometimes I worry that he doesn't actually think I'm as funny as he says, but he always reassures me that this is not the case. One of the ways we really like to express our humor to each other is in the bedroom. For example, I love to do impressions of mostly Disney characters, such as the paperwork lady from Monsters, Inc. Haha.
Spicy.
Mike Wazowski.
He sometimes does them too, but he's not that good at the voices. So here's where I think I may have taken it too far. I recently bought a sewing machine to try and make cosplay costumes and stuff, but something dawned on me as I was messing around with it. This was my plan. We oftentimes do sexy time with a habitual back rub massage sort of thing, and we switch off. And then we progress into French kissing, and then full-blown you-know-what. One very important fact to tell you is that John does in fact wear glasses, so I will usually make a point to take them off and put them on the table for safety. During this particular romp in the hay, I got a really funny idea about how to take his glasses off next time, and I couldn't stop laughing. He asked me what I was laughing at because he has some insecurity about his appearance, but I assured him that it was nothing like that. We had our fun and John went home, but all I could think about was this plan. So the next day, I went to the fabric store and bought a bunch of skin-colored felt and wire framing and cotton and got to work creating a Muppet-style version of my boyfriend to put his glasses on next time we started getting dirty style. Honestly, the thing was looking pretty good, and I even found some clothes at Goodwill that were his style. I dressed the puppet in the clothes, hid them under my collection of Squishmallows that's in my room, and invited him over. To spare you all the explicit details, we did start kissing and taking off clothes and stuff, but my hands were shaking as I reached up to grab his glasses. Instead of putting it on my nightstand, I made a point to say something like, I'm just gonna put these right here, as I stretched over to the Squishmallows that was covering the puppet boyfriend's head and put the glasses right over his felt eyes. He got confused, I think, and looked back to where I put the glasses and sat up as a felt version of his face. Very easily identifiable, by the way. John has red hair and a mustache, so the glasses on top left little question to who this could be. He was silent for a second and then said, "Is that supposed to be me?" As I was laughing. I said something like, "Do you like it?" As I took it out of the Squishmallows pile and revealed the entirety of the puppet. "Oh, did you make that?" he asked. I stood it up off the bed and asked him to stand next to it. "See, it's just like you, basically," I said, but he still wasn't laughing that much. I think he saw that the Muppet ended up being a little bit taller than him. He's 5'7" and probably insecure about that. The Muppet ended up being accidentally a little taller than him, around 6'1", based on seeing them side by side. I noticed his disappointment and did a tried and true Disney impression to make him feel better. In my best goofy impression, I said, "Well, looks
Yes, do the goofy
Do it.
impression.
I'm trying.
No, you have to.
You have to own it.
well, look,
You got this. Come on.
well, looks like we could call him Big John." Yuck.
Yuck.
John just took the glasses off Big John and let him fall to the floor and put the glasses on the nightstand and sat on the bed for a while, but we eventually went to Sin City, but it was a lot more quiet than usual. He left after that, even though we were planning on having a sleepover. He said he wasn't feeling good. I texted him good night and went to bed. So here's the ish. This morning, I haven't gotten a good morning text or any text from him at all, even though he always says good morning. I'm worried that Big John was a step too far and normal John didn't think the joke was as funny as I did. I feel like he's putting me in an uncomfortable position by not telling me how this actually made him feel, even though I thought it was pretty funny. Is this salvageable or am I effed?
Wow. Oh my gosh. Where to begin?
Let's start with Big John. Like,
Big
is
John.
that not emasculating?
Right?
Like,
You, like,
I
you-
made a 2.0 version of
It's
you.
bigger. 6'1" is big.
And he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
That is okay. Like, it's funny. It's humor, and I feel like it's
weird.
It's fucking weird. Like, especially doubly weird that you introduced it in the sex time.
Yeah.
But like,
She made the puppet. Sorry, she kept calling this a puppet. And when I first read this, I didn't realize it was a 1-to-1 scale. And when she said it was 6'1", I was like, what the fuck? I was picturing like a hand puppet.
yeah,
Like a little,
You know, like a-
Yeah, like a little sock.
Yeah.
like one of
This is
those
a
voodoo dolls.
human-sized- Yeah. Like who? That's fucking
It's
sick.
a lot of effort.
This
That's
is
I was
it.
gonna say that's
a
commitment.
lot of
This-
yeah.
This isn't 1-to-1. This is like 1.25 to 1.
Yeah.
But poor guy, what a way to get excited and then probably not get excited for the
See-
moment. In
Yeah.
that,
Well, they still did the
They
deed.
still did the deed. So
oh
I don't
damn!
know.
Okay, good
Yeah.
for him. It was like a 101 ways of how to turn me off.
Yeah, literally.
What is this the movie of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days or something? That movie
Yeah,
is?
it was-
Yeah, literally.
Oh my
I thought it was
God.
hilarious.
I feel like it's salvageable. Maybe.
Okay, my thing is like I guess the puppet is like interesting. It's weird, whatever.
I mean,
but
everybody's got their ways.
she made it just to put the glasses on it. Like that's the fucking weird thing.
Yeah, but she made it as a joke but she said that they usually express their humor in the bedroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But-
they do the role playing.
Yeah.
So maybe he just took it like the wrong way. Like she was coming at it from a joke. It was like, and he kind of took it at a whole different way of like, okay, this just went way too far and he just can't handle it maybe. So
Yeah.
maybe
Like,
if
you
they
crossed
just
the line.
communicate and talk and be like, okay, like I like our role playing, but like that pushed it too far, and let's just, let's go back,
Yeah.
So I think if they just communicate, I think they'll be fine.
Agreed.
And maybe when they communicate on like what future boundaries and where the line is to not cross in the future.
I have questions about the size of the Squishmallow like collection.
I know.
If it's hiding a 6'1" body,
That's a great
That's
point.
a lot.
like, okay, maybe we need to talk about that first.
Yeah. Is
Like
the
your
entire
attachment
bed
to
just covered?
I feel like there's
Maybe he had a thing where he's like, "Oh my gosh, you can hide my body under that collection right there."
I feel like there's a strong possibility that he's been putting up with her humor. He's maybe not necessarily into all of the role play. She says she's the one that likes to role play.
true.
And he's been kind of doing it back. He's like trying to keep her happy, trying to do her thing. But he's like, this is kind of weird, but I'm trying my best. It
Like,
seems
she's
like.
quirky, but she gives good head.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth it for him to stick it out. And this is just like out of the line. He's like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
ain't that good.
I'm done. I'm
Ain't
done.
that good.
It's been a good 6 months, but this is where I draw the line. I can't put up with this anymore. So if that's how he's feeling, it's definitely not salvageable.
Okay, fair enough. There's an update.
Oh, fuck. It's this early and there's an update?
There's
Okay.
an update. Oh, sorry. This is Best of Redditor.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was posted on Best of Redditor
Yeah.
19 hours ago,
That
but
makes
I
sense.
think the original was March 21st.
Teresa, can you stop farting, please?
It's not me. It's the dogs. It
Aw.
stinks.
Anyone else see a dog in the camera?
Again.
Blames it on the dog.
There's 3 dogs here, by the way.
It's my dog. It's my son.
My son. Okay, update. So it's been a wild couple of days or so, and I've been honestly a little depressed at the negative reaction from everyone. After my boyfriend John left after we did the no pants dance in front of my puppet Big John, he didn't text me for like a day and a half.
The no pants dance.
It's just so many
I
things.
can't wait to utilize this in my bedroom.
I was really starting to get worried and believe some of the comments that I was a serial killer. Sad face. I was so sad that I didn't even want to look at the sewing machine to make my custom Disney ears with because it just reminded me of Big John. Speaking of Big John, I hung him in my closet so I didn't have to look at him. I was so ashamed. I was drawing when my phone buzzed and I saw it was finally John. All it said was, "Hey, can we talk?" I was super nervous and he came over to my place. It was awkward at first because it has been so long since we've seen or talked to each other, and I honestly thought things were going to end, especially after reading all the comments. However, he apologized for his behavior and told me something that cleared things up. So apparently his mom has been cheating on his dad with multiple younger men for years, and he and his dad just found out the other day, the day that I made Big John. He wasn't upset about Big John at all. I could tell he was still upset, and my instincts were saying I should do a Disney voice. But I considered the comments from the last post and decided just to say, "I'm sorry that happened to you. I hope your family is okay." Then the most surprising part, he said, "I'm sorry too." And then in his adorably not very good singing voice sang, "Big John never bothered me anyway." I have something for him actually, and brought out one of his favorite slap bracelets that his mom got him as a kid. He pulled me into a hug and we danced like we were Cinderella and Prince Charming boyfriend. He tried to dip me, but he's not very strong. So it created a funny moment where we kissed and he led me
To the floor?
to my royal suite. And well, you could probably guess the rest. We got on bed and normal John had some smears on his glasses after kissing. He asked if there was anywhere or anyone he could put these on. I brought out Big John and his hands fell off. But it was like a fairy tale romance when normal John placed the glasses on Big John's cute nose. So for now, it seems like a happy ending. I'm sorry I didn't post any pics with the original post, but after seeing John's reaction, I was so embarrassed. And some of the comments were so mean that I wanted to just destroy Big John and never think of him again. But there were some very kind people who sent me private messages that made me feel a lot better and proud of my quirkiness, which could very well be autism, as some commenters have stated, getting a test in a couple of weeks.
Aww.
Also, stop thinking that I would use Big John for the devil's tango. He is strictly an awesome way for normal John to have somewhere to put his glasses. So after all this time, I've gained the courage to share Big John with you, like you've all asked. I was happy with how it turned out, and even happier that my beloved loved him as well. So we have some pictures.
Oh.
I was gonna say I need to know like how
I
well
haven't
she
looked at
constructed this face to hold glasses.
I didn't look at these yet.
Oh my lord,
Let me see.
it's giving Muppets.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
it is Muppet.
Wow, she did a great job. though.
Yeah.
that. Ooh. And she hung that in her closet.
Oh my god.
It reminds me of those,
Okay.
you know,
That's
those
scary.
like
I
That's
see
like
where she's
Scarecrow.
getting the mean.
yes, but
the
like,
mean.
do you know the ones that
Yeah.
you used to rake the leaves and used to stuff the bags?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh,
There's 5 pictures. We'll post them on our YouTube.
does she?
Wow.
That's hilarious. Wow.
I was waiting to look at the pictures. I didn't look at them when I read them. 'Cause
Very
I was
nice.
like, I want a natural reaction.
That's hilarious. That's
was
so
natural.
funny. I'm glad it worked out for them.
Aw.
Sounds like he
Yeah.
likes
Yeah.
her
He
quirkiness.
likes
He
my
wasn't just
quirkiness.
putting up
That's
with
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're made for each other,
Yeah,
it seems.
it
Yeah.
seems like it. That's
Yeah.
happy ending there.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
It was
that's
good.
wholesome.
The fairy
funny.
tale,
Yeah.
Disney fairy tale, Prince Charming
Prince
and
and
Princess,
Cinderella.
happy ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I love, but I feel like people were being really mean to her in the comments for her
Yeah.
to think that she has to go get tested for autism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Those people are mean.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that.
That's why we don't
Yeah.
read the comments, right, Teresa?
I try. I try not to.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's a good one.
That's all.
All right, moving along. That's drink number 3 for me. We're on to number 3.
Denver's
Dirty
getting
Shirley's
loose.
coming. Dirty.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna have to refill mine soon.
I'll do you a.
Gonna try to reach.
Clink,
Ugh.
clink, 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 clink.
Cheers. All right.
Are you driving home?
I'm driving.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
She's
makes sense.
DD.
That's
Teresa's
why I was
the
just
DD.
like, I was like, this bitch.
Just skipping the fun parts.
Yeah. I was like, I had her for a week in Mexico and I didn't see her get loose.
Teresa doesn't like to drink.
Yeah, I don't really.
Gives her
drink.
palpitations.
This is
Gives you
true.
new hallway decorations, I hear.
Yes, it does. When I drink, when I vomited
All
all
over
over
the
the hallway,
I heard that.
New hallway decorations.
I was like, what?
go back
He
an
becomes
episode.
an interior designer exterior.
Go back an episode if you want to know what we're talking about. All right. Am I the asshole because I don't emotionally support my wife's obsession with Taylor Swift?
No, come on.
You made this up.
Come on. Did you write this in?
Are you my wife?
Not yet.
My wife is fully obsessed with Taylor Swift. For the last year plus, that's all she even listens to. Every Taylor Swift album on one continuous loop when she's working out or even just walking around the house doing stuff. She spent $2,000 to go see her recently at this Eras tour. Probably spent another $200 on the merch. She even filmed the show on her phone and regularly puts it on the TV and just watches it for hours on end. She will also live stream her performances on other people's TikToks or streaming platforms wherever she can find them.
Mm-hmm.
She is now going to see the concert movie. I mean, it has been nonstop Taylor Swift in our house for a very long time now. She continuously refers to the live concert as the best experience of her life. She says Taylor Swift is a lifestyle. I personally don't really get it. I have never been obsessed with anything to that point.
You're lost.
I love soccer and would love to watch Messi play, but I can't bring myself to spend $900 for a ticket to his upcoming match. That's just too much. I am also really passionate about things my wife has no interest in, but I am also not looking for her emotional support with these things. Those are just things that are important to me and will remain important to me regardless of how she feels. I have for sure made comments to my wife implying that this whole Taylor Swift thing is getting way out of hand. I also was not super stoked that she was spending so much money on one ticket to go to a concert. But ultimately, it's what she really wanted, and we have the money, so I said yes, and I am happy that she got to go. But recently, she blew up on me about how I don't support her as much as she thinks I should with her Taylor Swift lifestyle. She cites comments I made implying it's a cult and the only one winning here is Taylor Swift raking in the dough. And maybe it's time to focus on other things. She wants me to stop making comments like that and stop rolling my eyes and be supportive of her, her interests, But from my perspective, it's really taking over her life, and that just can't be healthy to obsess over something like this. People need balance, don't they? I also thought one of the benefits of marriage was to have someone to tell you this kind of stuff, and it shouldn't be an argument. So, am I the asshole?
I cannot believe he wrote all of that on Reddit.
Are you projecting? Because you read that with such confidence that, like, I felt like you were projecting.
In his
like,
head, he's like,
it's
yeah,
a
Teresa?
lifestyle.
It's a cult for the money.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
a cult. The only
It is
one
a
winning
cult.
is Taylor.
It is a cult, but I'm totally fine with that, and I accept it. And I cannot believe that he actually wrote this in thinking that people would have his back.
Well, I was going to say, the story's not about you.
Taylor Swift is just this generation. Like, what happened to, like, the Beatles in their generation, Elvis Presley in
Yeah,
his
it's because
generation,
it's a woman.
Michael Jackson because of his...
Eminem.
Yeah, people
I
don't
hadn't
like
thought
women.
of that. But, okay.
But,
I guess
yeah.
I didn't consider that. But, yeah, Taylor Swift is... This is... Like, she's got
Yeah.
this generation this last couple of years, and in
got
10
her-
years, there'll be someone else that'll be just as big, and...
It was
Yeah.
the Britney Spears was
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
thing. 'Cause
exactly.
I remember, like,
Yeah.
going to a concert.
Backstreet Boys and
Yeah.
Spice
And,
Girls.
like, my mom was like,
I
can't
yeah,
believe the
so
money
it's
for these
just
tickets.
every couple of years there's like a next new person, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonce's held the crown for quite a while, and I feel like she's still up there. She's still, B queen, so Queen Bee.
I'm
so
gonna get, like, somebody's gonna come for me, but she could move aside.
Who?
It's time for Taylor.
It's time for Taylor. Well, they could share. I don't think, like, they need to compete, but I think she needs to break up with him. 100%.
They're married.
married,
Oh,
divorced.
they're married.
It's divorce.
Fuck.
But, like, it's so big of an issue that, like...
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, that's a red flag to me because it's such a big issue. You're married and you're writing into Reddit about this issue. She's passionate about something. You should support her.
And he said that he has passions that she doesn't share, so why can't they just agree to disagree on this?
yeah.
Also, is it
Yeah,
more
they-
like he's just jealous that, like, she's spending her, like, she's, like, more obsessed with something, like when he said that it was the best experience of her life to be at this
Yeah.
concert versus,
That's-
like, their wedding? Is it one of those
I was
things
going to
where
say,
he
shouldn't
was
her
like,
wedding be the best experience of her life?
No. Taylor Swift will be my best experience of my life.
Why are we even getting married? For all those people who are listening and are slightly confused, Teresa is a huge
I don't think they're
Swiftie.
confused anymore.
This story could have been about Teresa because everything that was said in this story, that's what Teresa does. Teresa plays, Taylor Swift is on a continuous loop in our household every time we're in the car. I have kind of like a cheat code in our relationship because of this. Essentially, if I fuck up and I do anything where Teresa gets mad at me, all I need to do is play Taylor Swift and she will no longer be mad at me. And there is a record time. She cannot last more than 40 minutes of being mad at me with Taylor Swift.
4 times, all too well. 10
All
minute
too well,
version.
10-minute version, 4 times in a row when she was mad at me.
that's how she got me.
And then it was
That's how
all
she
right.
got me.
Yeah.
Was that song.
See?
I like Taylor Swift though. Like some of her songs are actually bangers, and I actually like a lot of her songs. I like the Lover era. I like the song You Need to Calm Down. It's always my favorite because Teresa hates when you say you need to calm down. But if I reference the song, then it's okay to say it. So it's like little cheat codes that Taylor Swift and I like the fact that Teresa's so passionate about something. So I would think that this guy is an asshole.
Yeah,
he needs to
100%.
chill out and just support his wife. It's not like she keeps going to every single Eras tour and she's
If
spending
it's
all
truly
her
a money
money to go
issue,
again.
I think he would have started with that. I
Yeah,
think
it's
he
not
would
a
have
money
said,
issue.
Yeah.
It's
"She's
an
spending
obsession.
So much money.
He
Yeah.
said that
Yeah,
we could
like
he said that we could do it. It was fine. Like it didn't bother him that much.
Yeah,
So,
the
like,
money
Yeah.
was fine. It's
Yeah.
he thinks that she shouldn't be obsessed with anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it got to the point of like a gambling issue where like
Yeah.
they have bills to pay and she's spending money and
Yeah.
they're going into debt and like this is like we have bills to pay and you're spending like that $2,000 needed to go towards like necessities
Yeah.
this month,
Our
then
mortgage.
then maybe that would be something to sit down and be like, this is maybe got out of hand and this is a problem. But
It's
I
not.
think if it's within the budget and she's passionate about it, then I think everybody
Who is it
should be.
hurting?
You're gonna have everybody needs to have their own independence even
Yeah.
within a relationship. So
100%.
Exactly. You need to support her. You need to buy her some Taylor Swift stuff. You need to
Yeah.
buy her Taylor Swift Stanley. You need
was
to
about to
buy
say
her
the
a
Stanley.
Taylor Swift
Stanley.
bookmark. You need to
Bookmark.
buy her Taylor Swift stuff. Just keep on buying the Swiftie stuff, dude.
Yeah.
This is your
Drink
get out
the
of jail
Kool-Aid.
free card, man.
Join the cult.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, drink the Kool-Aid. This is your get out of jail free card. If she's happy, you're happy. If you ever do something dumb to piss her off, play Taylor Swift, and she'll be happy with
Life
you.
hack.
So
Yeah.
like you're an asshole.
All
Yeah.
of that stuff that he said is completely normal for all Swifties. Like
Yeah.
watching the Eras tour back, watching live streams when she's performing in other countries, like everything that he said is completely normal. So
I will say that possibly there could be a little bit of merit to it. Like if it is Taylor Swift on the radio nonstop,
that's what we do.
no.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
let
that's
me
all. You guys
hold
don't
on.
listen to
I
anything
don't.
else.
I swear to
No,
God, I don't.
Actually, we do though.
Nothing?
No, we don't.
I
don't.
No. Well, hear me out. Majority of the time, we're listening to Taylor Swift. If we're in the car, music is your choice. We listen to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But if I tell you, babe, we've been listening to too much Taylor Swift, can we listen to like a non-Taylor Swift playlist? You maybe you're not happy about it, but you don't try to, cut. You don't get angry. You
No,
understand.
yeah. Yes.
There is a reason to think that possibly his wife is like, no, fuck you. We're only listening to Taylor Swift.
Okay, but that's
And
not
if
the
that-
issue that he's writing in about.
No, his issue is that she's obsessed.
Yeah.
And she says she's
Her
playing
attention
it.
is somewhere
It's been
else.
nonstop. It's been nonstop. But we haven't got the answer to whether or not when he says, hey, there's been a little bit too much Taylor Swift, can we tone it down? It seems like when he asked her to tone it down, she's saying, you don't support my Taylor Swift obsession. I support your Taylor Swift obsession, but it's still fair for me to say, hey, I don't really want, we've been listening to Taylor Swift for 2 hours. Can we listen to a little bit of something else? Like, hey, I don't want to listen to the Eras tour tonight. Can we watch Big Brother or can we watch Survivor? I can see a point of this if you were too far where every time we're in the car, we can't listen to anything but Taylor Swift. Every single night you're listening to Eras tour and we can't watch a movie together.
That does happen.
We can't, if I literally ask you to like watch a movie and you keep telling me no.
I had no idea. That's a lot.
No.
It's called balance and compromise in every relationship.
Exactly.
So, like,
So there is a
it's
chance-
a 1 hour drive. You get 30 minutes, and I get control of
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes.
No, I'm just saying that there is a chance that maybe she is pushing her obsession too far.
Okay, but I just think that he would have stated that she's listening to
kinda
Taylor
did.
Swift when I want to listen to this. She's watching Eras tour when I want to watch this.
Correct.
He's not saying that. He's
Fair.
saying she has an obsession. She is too passionate about Taylor Swift.
Yes.
That is the issue.
I'm just saying that that's where the line is, where there's nothing wrong with being obsessed, and everything in here sounds like exactly like everything you do.
Yes.
But if there comes to the point where he's like, can we not? And she's like, fuck you, it's Taylor Swift, don't fucking damper
But
my
you don't
mood.
know that she's saying that.
I don't. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's where
You're
the
making
line.
assumptions.
I am. I'm just saying that's where the line would be drawn to where if that is the case is happening, maybe he's not the asshole. If that's not happening, then there's nothing wrong with being obsessed with Taylor Swift.
Yes.
To me, it sounds like, okay, the money wasn't the issue that she's spending her money on this type of thing. I think it's the fact that it's the lack of attention that's going into him or other things that is just being directed at Taylor Swift. And
Yeah.
they feel, or he feels that, it's becoming
He's missing
her.
something from her.
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
So
Yeah.
maybe
like
if
she's
she
found some-
could
but you
be
know-
passionate, but still give him, what he needs in the relationship, like any attention that he's missing, then maybe he would be okay. Which makes sense because think about like any relationship where one isn't getting enough attention, like, oh, you're spending too much time with your buddies or playing your
Video
sports
games.
or you're in the garage, and then like maybe it's not necessarily that. If it was the reverse situation where the wife or partner is upset with their partner playing
Poker.
sports or any sort of passion, it's more like, hey, hello, I'm here, I'm part of the relationship, like, can I get a little bit of attention? You feel like forgotten about, and maybe that's where he's feeling to even write this post in the first place.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying is there's the balance. If it's she's going overboard, there's merit. If it's just she's obsessed and she also gives him the same amount of time, then and he just doesn't like Taylor Swift because he thinks Taylor Swift's a cult.
We need more info.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 I think
Yeah.
you're right.
But
yeah.
with what he's given, he's the asshole.
He's the asshole. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Do we have a update or
No,
a
there's
top
no
comment?
update on this
Okay.
one.
Overall
I went through
vote?
his profile. Actually, there isn't even an overall vote. I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
there's no top comment. There has to be a top comment.
Top comment says, honestly, the most shocking information in this post is the fact that everyone ever watches the crappy cell phone videos everyone insists on taking at the concert.
Oh.
That's the top comment.
I mean, true.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Guilty.
there's
but
no not the asshole. No, you're the asshole.
No. Someone says it seems like you're getting in the way of your wife's and Taylor Swift's relationship.
That's true. Okay.
Okay.
Moving along.
Moving along.
All right. This one's for you, Megan.
Oh.
Today I fucked up by filing down my own front teeth.
true. Go
Am
on.
I stupid? Probably.
Yes.
I, 18 male,
Oh, God.
was flossing my teeth yesterday night and realized something.
Hold
My-
on. I need to have a drink for this.
Okay. I, 18 male... What, can you not? 'Cause that was
Are
fucking
you guys
you
weird.
move?
touching toes?
Yeah,
No,
like, I
his
got
whole
no-
foot just went on top of mine.
Because I got no leg room, and then I'm like, fuck it. Like, why can't I put my toes on top of
Here
her
you go.
toes?
Move your fucking legs if you need. I, 18 male, was flossing my teeth yesterday night and realized something. My front teeth are quite long, based on the ratio compared to the other ones next to them, and my lips and my bottom teeth basically are invisible when I smile. Low key, I look like a horse. My bite is good and my teeth are straight, so I figured all that needed to happen was to shorten them. A Google search revealed that it costs around $50 to $300 each tooth to get them filed down a little. I figured I could probably just do that myself. I had pretty bad insomnia and got maybe 8 hours of sleep this entire week so far, so maybe I'm not in my best state of mind. But
No kidding.
I needed to magically become vaguely
My
more
heart is like-
good looking. So on a search for a nail filer, I went. I found one of those metal ones in the bathroom.
I was going to say, in my head, I'm like, please don't be metal. Please don't be metal.
Tested it on a fingernail. It works. So I aligned it with my front teeth, both at once because I didn't want it to be uneven. And I just, started going back and forth, I guess. Successfully shaved off a bit. It was going really well and already looking better, but I still wanted them a tiny bit shorter. Might have gotten a bit carried away. I filed off a tad more, and then my right tooth felt like it got struck by lightning.
Touch the nerve. Touch the
Yep.
pulp. The heart of the tooth. He went through enamel dentin to the pulp.
Oh!
Like, you fucked yourself, bud. You just fucked yourself.
Super intense, weird zapping pain. I was super freaked out and went to take a close look. No blood or anything. Noticed my teeth are the perfect length and a nice square shape now. But then I went and rinsed my mouth with lukewarm water. Exact same sensation. Did I fuck up a nerve or something?
Yes.
I tried to ignore it, but even just licking my teeth with my tongue causes a shooting/throbbing feeling in one of them. So fucking disgusting. Even worse when I touch it with my finger or whatever. I've never had a cavity or any dental work done, so I'm not 100% sure whether this is normal and will just go away on its own. I can't tell anything is unusual on the outside, so it probably will. Not sure what I did wrong, because dentists probably do the same thing. Gonna try to brush them now. I didn't this morning. So to see if that improves it.
Oh my god.
That's all.
No amount of Sensodyne is gonna work for that.
Oh my
He said, I'm going to
God.
brush them now.
This poor
Did it
guy.
this morning.
It's gonna feel every little bristle on that brush. Going, oh.
Okay, you not only have like thermal stimulus to the nerve, but you also have mechanical, which is like him touching with his tongue, with his finger. So like he's gonna have like when he even said, "Oh, I looked it up and it's gonna be like what $50 to $300."
That's not that much.
Buddy, you just paid for a crown. Like that's like a couple
Yeah.
thousand. You
Yeah.
should have just went and got it done professionally.
Yeah.
Now he's got to pay more money to fix it because, yeah, any
100%.
like hot, cold, food cold, biting into anything, like
Well, and the other thing
if he's
too,
feeling it, just rinsing some warm water, like imagine what that will feel when you're just trying to
God
chew some
forbid
food.
that the
Yeah.
nerve is partially exposed. Like not that he could see, but like it is so close that it is exposed. He's now looking at root canal treatment.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Insane.
Can you imagine just like accidentally like clipping
Yeah.
your teeth during the day, like accidentally just like talking and you like clip your teeth together like they clack?
Yeah, yeah.
Just shooting
No,
pain?
yeah.
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Yeah.
I feel sorry that this guy's such a fucking idiot.
I don't. That's like
Oh my
natural
God.
selection.
Natural selection, honestly.
No, I feel a little bad because he's
You
saying,
took a metal file.
I know.
Yeah,
You,
I
you
know.
come
picked
on.
out of all the type emery board, like
Would it made a-
sandpaper.
would it
You
made
took
a
a fucking
difference?
metal file.
Okay,
Would it make
So-
a difference if you went that far?
When-
Yeah, because you wouldn't have got that far.
When he says like,
That's
"Oh,
true.
dentists must do this all the time," so I have bonding, which is like filler on my teeth. to align with my 2 front teeth. So what, at least that I know, is the dentists don't file your teeth down. What they do is they take, so they
called
pair
disking.
with
They
the big
disc it.
ones. And then these were too small for my 2 front teeth. And they added basically filler, you would put in grout or something between tiles, but for teeth, and you fill it in and you match it to the color of your teeth, and then that way it aligns appropriately, so that way your teeth are aligned. So they don't ever file it down because they know the nerve's there. They put filler in to bring down the other ones.
Might I add, the central incisors are your biggest tooth in your anterior.
Main ones.
Also, the fact that he's like, oh, when I bite, they go over my bottom teeth. Yes, sir, you have a deep bite. That's something.
Everybody.
That's something. Everybody has some sort of overbite.
Shouldn't
but
be
like,
aligning.
if it's 100% overbite, meaning you can't see anything, it completely covers the bottom teeth. That's when orthodontics comes in.
Yeah.
That's not for you to go home and play dentist.
Yeah.
I just feel a little bad that it was so bad and he was so self-conscious of it.
Yeah, that is sad.
And he was so stupid enough that he took a nail filer to it.
Yeah.
I'm having
It was definitely
this is a what the fuck.
Yeah.
Is it a wait, what?
So
it might be worse.
I'm curious from the profession, if he does file it, what could he do when he goes to the dentist? How could they, or he's done, they have to rip him out and put...
No,
what does he do now? What does he do
They
now,
wouldn't have
Megan?
to rip it
what
out.
could
They wouldn't
he-
have to rip it out. What they'd have to do is take an X-ray to see how close the nerve is to being
Okay.
exposed.
Yeah.
They already know that there's a stimulus to thermal mechanical things happening. So then that means we have to desensitize the area. So that can be done with a filling in that area after filing because of the friction from the front bottom teeth and stuff like that. And it's a high traffic area. It's your biting teeth. They're gonna fall off. They're gonna crack. So you're mostly looking at a crown.
Crowns. He needs crowns then.
He's gonna
Okay.
I don't think we really do 3/4 jackets in Canada. It goes it's kind of like a finger, like a fake fingernail, and it goes around a veneer possibly.
A veneer, throw a veneer on to help.
But
okay. He's fucked.
I'm thinking he's a fucking idiot, so I wouldn't even give him a veneer that could fall off. I would just give him a crown.
Yeah, okay. But I'm guessing after this post, he's probably rushing to the dentist to figure out there's no way you
He
would
said he
live
had a dental appointment
day to day.
right?
with this
No,
pain.
I know. I've
Yeah.
never been to the. What did he
Okay,
say?
so let's hear.
There are a couple
the-
updates.
Is there an
let's hear
update?
that.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
God.
fuck yeah, let's
Thank
get into
God.
it.
Because I'm over here
Let's get into the updates.
I'm schwitzing.
Edit 1. No, I literally can't. This shit is so bad, not even exaggerating. Actual electric shocks or something. Just existing with my mouth closed already aches. Learning a lot about teeth today. We'll see a dentist as soon as I can.
Oh man, the funny part is he genuinely came on to Reddit to get people's opinions on advice and recommendations, and everybody's probably you're fucked.
Yeah, you need to go see a dentist.
You literally fucked your life. Bro, what?
Yep.
You fucked your face.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Edit 2. Been a few hours. Like a few people suggested, I called a dental school close to me. It's a small-ish facility, and they said they don't do acute stuff. They can fix this shit, but not within 2 weeks. I don't know if I should wait that long, because just breathing through my mouth is unironically the worst fucking pain I've ever felt. But I can't really afford to see an actual emergency dentist, so let's hope someone close to me does financial plans or something.
Oh my god, that's brutal too.
Well,
That's
all dentists should do a financial plan.
depending on where this person lives, who
Yeah,
knows? It
true.
might not be Canada, it might not even be the States. Reddit
Yeah.
is worldwide. So
But do you
Sounds
remember?
like he's got no benefits.
Do you remember that
so,
girl that put her
nothing
wig on with
sure.
Gorilla Glue?
oh yeah.
No?
I feel
Well, she made money
I feel
from
like
that.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those you have an opportunity here.
Is he
you
gonna
could go in
sue
and the
the
dentist
nail
could
file
no,
company?
no, the dentist could be like, this guy's such an idiot. I can make a viral video, being
Of what not to do.
because
What
no
not
because
to
this
do at home.
filing the teeth thing has been major. There was
I can see this being very popular
No,
amongst
it-
teenagers who
that
are
I think that's
self-conscious.
where
Well, that's it.
no, but
They
I
don't
think that's
know.
where he got
You
the
just-
idea from. Is
you-
because
Yeah.
there was something going around maybe 6 months ago
Yeah.
about how people were filing their teeth down and shaping their teeth using files.
And
Yeah.
So this
stupid
wasn't
teenagers don't
so
know.
when this came up, it wasn't oh my god, I have never heard of this. It was kind of you were a fucking idiot. You fell for it.
Yeah.
that's
eating
now it's
Tide
getting
Pods.
sad.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
Now it's getting sad where you can't afford to fix it.
Yeah, that's
Which is
'cause
why
now
he
it's
would
gonna
go
cost
to
him more
a
money.
dental school
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
gonna cost him more money.
significantly reduced.
Edit 3. Picked up that Sensodyne stuff people recommended. Even touching my teeth is agonizing at the point, so putting it on sucks so much and it stings, but hopefully that'll work. Have to work short shift now, so very conflicted on what to do. Edit 4. Last little update probably. I called my dad, I don't live with him, and asked him to make me an appointment with his dentist because my front teeth really hurt. Didn't elaborate on why, because I'm taking this to the grave. They can't see me until Monday morning. Probably going to be cheaper than an emergency visit, but I am... not looking forward to the feeling of my body taking a screenshot every time my tongue or the air touches my teeth for another 3.5 days, to be honest. Popping ibuprofen every hour, but it doesn't really do shit. Next time I get a potentially dumb idea, I'll think about it for a few hours before executing it, I guess. Fuck.
Please do. Oh my God, I feel bad for him now.
Me too. I didn't read those updates.
4 days until you see somebody
Yeah.
because you can't afford it. That's
Well,
wild.
this is why, like, going cheap isn't always
No.
sometimes
No.
the best decision.
No,
Like,
especially not with
now
your teeth.
he's gonna cost himself more pain, more agony, more money, more issues, all the way
Yeah.
down for the rest of his life. Like, your teeth don't grow back. Like
No.
everything else, it's the one thing that you like don't replenish and grow back.
Yeah.
No, just leave your fucking teeth alone, man.
It's funny because they could have just like if they were that much of an eyesore to him, they could have just built up the lateral incisors a little longer, like and then matched like the canines, the pointy
Yeah.
teeth, right? Like
Yeah.
he didn't need to go
Like a 1
file in the
hour-
other. You just add a little extra.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he is 18, so
Lack of awareness.
he's young,
Didn't
so
know.
young and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no other
Holy fuck.
updates.
I hope this
Natural
podcast
selection.
gets 1 million views and it helps to let people know don't do that to your teeth.
It is National Dental Hygienist Week, so like put
Oh.
it out there, putting it out there. Don't file your fucking teeth, dumbasses.
You guys are out there, share this with somebody who needs to know not to do this with their teeth because I just want to bring awareness
If you have
to
any
this
questions,
subject. Oh my
ask
God.
a professional first.
Backyard dental is not.
Because like even if you live in
Good.
Canada, like your dental's not free. Like they don't
No.
include dental,
No.
right? So you could be
No.
Canadian and you're just as fucked as an American with
I'm
your
a dental
teeth.
hygienist, and I have no dental insurance. Like they don't give us health insurance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't you get free services?
No.
Oh. Can't you just do your own stuff in the mirror?
I mean, you could.
Could.
Like, sometimes you just want to relax,
Be
watch the
nice to
TV. Have somebody else digging around your gums.
You don't do your own cleanings?
No.
That would be very hard.
Yeah, we get the backsides
Yeah.
and stuff.
Be like,
I
I
kind
did
of
all the front, but can you get just to the back for me?
yeah, I only need half. I did the
I
front
mean,
half
I have-
and you do the back half.
50%
I mean, I have
clean.
come out of the bathroom before, and Breno was on the phone with his parents, like in Brazil, like FaceTiming them, and he's like this, and I come out with like my loops on, like my surgical glasses, and I'm like, and the big lights pointing, and he's like, "What the fuck is she doing?" I got some stuff.
So I have a question though, like how often do you floss?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
That's a good question.
Like every other day.
Oh wow. Very nice. Kat, how often do you floss?
I'd say about twice a week, like every 3.
Ooh.
I
Wow.
have
Don't
full,
ask us.
I have full mouth crowns
Twice a
though.
week.
So
No,
like, not that it's any better because I
But
should be doing it for the gums,
I'll-
but like shit doesn't stick in my teeth the same way.
I floss about 5 times over the next 2 weeks after a dentist visit.
Yeah,
Me
Because
too.
I go
people
in
do that, and
and
it
they say,
reminds you.
Hey, you need to floss. I'm like, you're fucking right. I do need to floss. So then I
Okay.
go home and I floss.
You
and
should
then
use a water flosser.
get over it.
So
That's
they,
what my
love
dentist
they
recommended.
tell you when to floss if your gums bleed. So if you just floss a few times before the dental appointment, and then when they floss you when you go, you won't bleed.
then
as
you
much.
look good. Then you look good.
It has nothing
Yeah,
to
'cause
do
they're
with
like-
how much
they're-
blood. We can
no.
see that your gums
Yeah.
are puffy, red, bulbous. Like,
I don't know because they're always like, yeah, your gums are bleeding a lot. You need to floss more. How often do you floss?
yeah, but that is true for you. So shut up.
Yeah. So like what Kat said, I'll just floss a couple times. I have a dentist appointment coming up next week.
Because that's the
I'm gonna
main-
start flossing now.
That's the main thing that they see is the blood. They're like, okay, it's
Yeah,
bloody
yeah.
in here. But like, if you didn't have that, then they'd be focused on like, oh, like his gums or like they're not contoured.
We're
like-
gonna put that to the test. I'm gonna floss.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
floss
should.
a couple times
Floss
over
a
the
few
next
times.
2 weeks or a
Couple
week and a
weeks
half,
before your dentist
and then we'll
appointment.
see what they say. Maybe they'll be
Yeah.
proud of me. They're like,
I'm
"Oh,
so happy
stop
I'm not your
bleeding this
dental
time."
hygienist.
Where is your office? Maybe I'll come see you.
I work with children.
I'm basically a child.
I work in pediatrics.
So, right.
Babies.
Forgot about Dan. Forgot about Dan. Yeah, I feel bad for that
Me
guy.
too.
I'll see Madison's trial before I see yours.
Yeah, so no more updates. This was posted 3 days ago, so I guess the upcoming Monday.
I mean,
is when-
I feel bad for him, like as a standpoint, because it's like one of those things where it's just like you give your head a shake.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
kids are gonna be kids.
Yeah.
Like da 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 da. They're gonna learn.
But that's a
it's
hard
like,
mistake.
that's
Like,
a big
cutting your
lesson.
hair.
Huge one.
It will grow
Well,
back in a couple months. Your
Teeth
teeth
don't.
are not going to grow
Well,
back.
not
Yeah.
only the financial, but like teeth pain is a different level
Worse.
of pain.
It's-
It's in your,
oh.
like the in your head pain,
Yeah.
That-
and the fact that like he's like, yeah, I'm taking some ibuprofen in my head. I was just like, there's no
No.
way ibuprofen would
Can
get
create
me.
headaches.
Like he's probably
migraines.
waking up at night
Yeah.
with pain and like
Can't eat foods, anything like too
fuck
hot or too
Ozempic, file your teeth.
cold.
You won't eat for a while.
Yeah, like two.
Like,
You want no appetite?
yeah, just file your teeth down, baby.
I feel like teeth pain. Like I would rather break my arm than have like consistent teeth pain. Like it's like
Yeah.
It's
some
one
of
of the worst. Yeah,
it's one of the worst. Like I
Yeah.
just remember a couple things happening with my teeth, and like it was so bad.
Yeah.
And then like you break a bone, and like it hurts, but then it heals, and then like don't touch anything with it.
Temporary.
When's the
And
last
it's
time you broke
okay.
a bone?
Pain.
It's
Yes.
been a while. Yeah, I did.
You
I
broke
broke.
your
I broke my
pinky.
foot. No, it was my thumb, not my pinky.
Okay.
I broke my foot in grade 10.
Okay, so as time goes on, like I feel like we
Fades.
all, like,
Time
yeah,
fades.
like because like
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't know. Tooth pain is like right in your fucking
You're right.
mouth. You're eating. You're breathing.
that's
you're
what I mean,
talking
it's-
right to your head.
So you're right.
Or like if you
Yeah.
break your leg, like yeah, you're on crutches.
No,
and
I agree with you, but
Crutches
I'm-
fucking suck.
So you've forgotten about your pain from breaking your foot.
Yeah,
I got
that's
braces in 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
yeah, you did.
That's about 7-8 years ago. I still have PTSD. Like I could remember it like it's tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
when they
When
had
they
my
do the
braces,
tightens?
when you do
When
your
they get
monthly
it tightened,
tightening
Yeah.
for your
Oh.
braces.
And braces as an adult, because I got mine.
Yeah.
Worse.
So
As
we
an
had
adult-
braces at the same time.
Yeah.
Hers were on the inside of her teeth, and mine were
as
like
an
on
adult,
Worse, right?
that was 7-8 years ago, and I
Kids-
still feel it like it was yesterday.
Kids are
Okay.
so resilient. Like
Yeah.
when I'm like, oh, you were getting our wire changed today. Da 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 da. Like how's it feel after? Like trying to like, kind of relate with them. And they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'm like, I was on like ice cream,
It was
soft
crippling
soft
pain.
foods
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
time. Like every month you get your wire changed every like 4
Yeah.
to 6
I
weeks.
did-
I remember I was
And
too.
for
like,
2
with
weeks,
this.
I was
Did not
mashed
make-
potatoes,
Yeah.
scrambled eggs,
Yeah.
ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream
Yeah.
for
Rip my
48
lactose.
hours. Was
Yeah.
like, leave me alone with Netflix, phones on silent for like, I would time my appointments on Friday afternoon, and then I would take Saturday and Sunday. And I wouldn't go back to work till Monday because I was like, not leaving the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did use, I think, before I broke my bones, like, oh, having a broken leg would be so cool. You get a cast and you get all this shit. Yeah, and then, like, your buddy has a broken leg and he's on the crutches and you take the crutches, like, it's so hard. Yeah, but then when you actually break your foot and you don't have the option to not use the crutches, you're like, my fucking armpits
Yeah.
hurt so bad. And I didn't even get a cast. I got an air cast.
Oh, you
So
got the boot.
I got the boot.
You got the
it's,
boot?
it's essentially like a boot, and it like straps in, and it has like
So-
air pads.
Yeah, it's
It-
like he can take it off.
It like
So when I
Velcros, right? It Velcros.
Yeah,
It has
Velcro.
Velcro
So when
straps,
so when I was showering, I could take
could
the
remove
I could
it.
wash it. I could take it off because casts get really grimy and grungy
Oh, the
because they don't
smell.
the smell. They don't get
Ew.
removed.
No, and when you have an itch, you remember sticking sticks down them?
Sticking sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sticking like little
Sticking
like coat
sticks.
hangers and stuff. And the boot, so I could like take it off and hop into the shower. At Grandma and Grandpa's, the fucking bathtub, I had to get over the bathtub, and it had an extra lip for a sliding door on it too, not a drape. So like I was like, it was so hard to get in and out for the first couple weeks, and then it got a little bit easier after a while. Then other than that, I only just broke my thumb.
I've never
How'd I
broken
get-
anything.
Had to get a cast. Did I get a cast?
Let's keep
No,
it
I
that
don't
way.
think I get a cast.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
go file your teeth.
Don't worry.
Don't
I
do
know I
that.
have you.
All right. Well, let's get into the next story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for leaving a dinner party after a girl sat on my husband's lap?
How's that girl walking?
I am still so shook with everything. So sorry for my rambling. My husband Jake and I have been married for 3 years, and from the beginning, he was very close with his best friend's sister, Sydney, 18, female. Well, my husband would often talk about her and tell how he had seen her grow up throughout the years. Cindy is always very bubbly and seems very fond of Jake as well. I remember when we were dating, she would ask to come along on her dates a lot. I never really said anything, as I like spending time with her as well. She was like a little sister to me. When we announced our engagement, she asked to my husband to better not forget her, and after being a married man and to still hang out with her. Well, we got married and I even made her my bridesmaid. Soon we moved to a different state and kind of lost contact. Now Jake's best friend came to stay with us for some time and Sydney came along as well. Now the moment she saw us, the first thing she said was how hot my husband had gotten, and she was glad he didn't look like those boring married men. Then, throughout their stay, Sydney would just ignore my presence and would still be way too close with Jake. I told Jake that it was a bit inappropriate and asked Sydney to tone it down. But he said that Sydney is just a bit childish and is that way with everyone. Well, on their last day, we decided to host a dinner party for everybody. During the party, I was with Jake when Sydney came and told me, "Oh, I need to steal your husband for a while." And before I could say something, she grabbed Jake's hand and took him for playing games. I ignored it since it was their last day. But then throughout the dinner, she was getting way too close with Jake and would just drag him away whenever I would be around while giggling at me. When everybody sat for dinner, I sat beside Jake and Sydney came last. She then said, "Oh, there is no seat," and then just went and sat on my husband's lap.
What the fuck?
In front of everybody?
I'm raging right now.
Everybody
I
was...
wish I was this girl for a minute.
Everybody was surprised, and Jake said laughingly, "Sydney, stop acting like a kid. You are not a kid anymore." Sydney started laughing, saying it was just a joke, and got up and sat in another seat while giggling at me. Yeah, I was so angry with the disrespect and the fact that Jake was so cool with it, but I didn't want to say anything bad, so I excused myself and took my car and went out. About 1 hour later, Jake called me asking where I was. I told him I was going to a friend's house and I will come home after Sydney has left. I know what I did was terrible, but I was so angry at that time that if I had stayed any longer, I would have probably started fighting or crying. I came the next day and Sydney and her family had left. Jake was very pissed and said I took things too far. I started crying and I told him how everything made me feel. He said I was horrible to think such things about Sydney and that she was like his sister. I told him that I was not doubting his intentions, but I was hurt by how disrespectful Sydney's behavior was, and he was enabling her by not saying anything. He started saying that I sound ridiculous and couldn't even take a joke, referring to Sydney sitting on his lap. I said, regardless, I don't want her in my house again. To top it off, Sydney sent a message saying that she was sorry about making me insecure of myself and that she would make sure to make me feel better, but I should not have left as it was pretty childish and kind of spoiled the mood. It was so backhanded, I didn't even reply to her. I just told my husband that he needs to maintain distance with Sydney. He asked if I was giving him an ultimatum. I said if he will go as far as disregard and disrespect my feelings for Sydney. This really rubbed my husband the wrong way, and he said since I have such disgusting thoughts in my mind and is giving him an ultimatum anyways, that he might as well leave because he cannot live with such an insecure person who has such disgusting thoughts for him. He packed a bag and left for his mother's house. I have tried apologizing numerous times, telling how sorry I am for everything, but he is now ignoring my texts and calls. Later, Sydney's brother texted me and called me a bunch of names to think like that about his sister, saying Jake should just leave me and a disgusting person like me deserves to be alone. I could not stop crying after that. I don't know how to fix this. Is there even a way to come back? Was I so wrong to deserve this? I don't know anymore. Am I the asshole?
Oh,
Boy, bye.
this one is making me, I think, the maddest I've ever been, honestly. Holy fuck, the disrespect. I don't even have words, honestly. Like, she's apologizing to him for what? For what? You need to dump his ass. I know they're married.
Yeah.
She needs to divorce his ass.
Yeah.
right?
Recently married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't say their ages. They just said her age is 18.
Edit. People were asking for our ages.
Yeah.
We are 25 years old, just months apart.
Okay, that's fucked.
Okay, like, for Kane.
So loud.
Drinking his water. But, like, for the brother to get involved and start calling names.
Literally.
Like, know your place.
Yeah.
It's not your place.
Yeah.
And like to message a one like that not only comes off as threatening, like even if his intent wasn't to be like that, but like and then throwing in names, like it's just like that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Secondly, for her to give some backhanded, like, I'm sorry I made you feel this way.
Yeah.
Like, I would have just at the point, like, this is why she should
The fact
have
that
thrown
she's here in
hands.
the first place is
She
not-
should have
not
just
okay.
thrown hands.
No.
Fuck it in the car. She should have thrown
Yeah.
hands.
She's 18. She thinks she's hot. She thinks she knows everything. She's had obviously a crush on Jake her whole
Yeah.
childhood teen life, right?
Jumping to conclusions about like you don't have enough self-confidence, it has nothing to do about that. Like
Yeah.
enough amount of
Like, hey,
you crossed a line. Like
Yeah.
And, like,
yeah.
It seems like reality is, Sydney, that's something that you want and that you've wanted since you were like 13, but it's been unattainable
Yeah.
for you.
But it's like giving
So
like
she's
me,
18 and they're 25. So that's
Yeah.
quite
He's
that's
7 years.
quite
but
a
it's giving
big-
like one of those like she needs attention. Like she needs
Yeah.
Needs attention.
Yeah.
She's a pick me.
Yeah, she's a pick me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
sounds-
about
She's,
me.
yeah,
picks
she's had a crush
me.
on him and like yeah, okay.
Sounds like he watched her grow up. So I'm imagining like he's known her since she was like she became a teenager. She was always
Right.
the older brother's
Her first
hot
crush.
friend,
Yeah.
first
It's
crush.
like, yeah.
It's like
It's
first-
that little
yeah,
obsession,
Yeah.
and it's like
Well, there's obsession and there's like ruining marriages.
Yeah, like you're a homewrecker.
you're an idiot. Not even a homewrecker. Like you're just an idiot. Who sits?
Well, so is he.
No, homewrecker is someone who tries to get with
But
him.
he let it happen.
I know, but a homewrecker is someone who tries to get with him behind everyone's back and just.
No, she's just
The
pathetic.
goal is to get with him.
Well, she's
she's
just
just an idiot who goes and
No, she's just
flirting like that.
pathetic.
She thinks that she
Yeah.
can flirt and do whatever she wants, and there's no consequences because it's just a joke.
Because I'm 18.
Yeah,
like,
18.
one day that body
It's
ain't going to
just
be
a joke.
18.
He's
Like,
Yeah.
practically like my brother.
oh, even
Yeah, but
worse.
they should both be to blame here. Like,
Oh,
they're
Jake is
both
100% to
equally
blame.
trash.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna come and sit on your lap,
Yeah.
like your first thing you're gonna be is like,
Get
the fuck?
What
Yeah.
are you
what
doing,
the-
bro?
Yeah.
like it's an automatic instinct to like no matter how close you are,
Yeah.
you could be my best friend, but like if I'm trying to sit and have dinner, I'm gonna be like, can you move your
Yeah.
ass? Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to sit at the dinner table
or
here.
my
Well-
wife, like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, so it's weird.
like even like, he kind of had me with the comments where he's like, "Oh, you need to stop being a child," or da 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 da. And I was like, okay,
Bars
But-
on the floor.
right.
but then I was just like, but then as like it went on, and it was just like he was saying like he flipped it around.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not making yourself the victim here.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
hearing out
You
your
should
your
not-
wife's feelings.
There's no way in any world you should be getting mad at your wife.
No.
No fucking
No.
way. You should be
No.
doing everything you can to apologize.
Yeah.
That you even made Sydney feel comfortable enough that she could
Yes.
sit on your lap.
That's where I was gonna go with it.
Yes.
The fact that you made, yeah, exactly.
And for me, it
Yeah.
was like how Sydney, like the entire time in the story, it was just like, oh, she was giving like these giggles and doing things. And you know how like sometimes guys don't understand, but for girls,
Yes, you
it's like,
know.
you know, she's doing it to be
Yes.
like,
Look at what
Like
I'm
that.
getting away with.
yeah, or
Yeah.
like, and the guys are just like so oblivious to
They're-
it, but
yeah.
it's like, you
Yeah.
know, that's like, she's coming for me type
Yeah.
of feeling.
Yeah.
And the
It's
fact
not
that like she
okay.
got in her car and she left
Yeah.
and she separated herself should have been the first like, ding 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 to her
Yeah.
husband to be like,
Yeah.
okay, red flag, my wife doesn't do this shit. She's so uncomfortable, she had to leave.
Yeah.
Like, why would my
Yeah.
wife want to leave? Saying that she's not welcome in her house. She's never been threatened by this woman before.
Exactly.
Like, and then, like,
She's better than me, man.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's more to the story. Like, I feel like something's.
Got an update.
Ooh.
Ooh, let's hear it.
All right. Update. Thank you all for responding and the people who gave me good advices and personal messages. I couldn't read all the comments, but now I know my feelings are valid and boundaries were crossed by Sydney. Now, during dinner, there was Sydney, her brother Sean, and his girlfriend, and their cousin Derek, who is also a very good friend of my husband, with his boyfriend. So I called Derek and asked about the situation and what happened after I left. He was sympathetic and said that after I left, at first they thought I would come back after some time. However, things were really awkward. But when I didn't come, Sean's girlfriend told Sydney that she was so disrespectful for doing that. Derek and his boyfriend also said the same thing. To this, Sydney started crying, saying they didn't have to corner her and attack her over a silly joke, that she didn't know it would get so out of hand. She then left the room while crying. Jake didn't know what to say, and everyone left early that day. Derek also told that Sydney had always had issues with boundaries, and when he introduced his boyfriend to everyone, Sydney would get too close and would joke with that she was just checking to see if he was really gay. They were really uncomfortable with all of it, so Derek confronted her, to which Sydney rolls her eyes and said they can't take a joke, and eventually she stopped. This sounds so bizarre. I don't know what's going on with Sydney. Sean's girlfriend also texted me saying she was sorry for what happened. I told her how Sean's messages were inappropriate, and she said she had no idea about that text. So I sent her the screenshot and asked her to tell Sean not to harass me again. She was very apologetic and said she would talk to him. Now, my mother-in-law called and asked what was going on, as Jake didn't tell her and only said we had an argument, and I was a bit hesitant to tell her, but eventually told everything. Well, she was furious with my husband. She said they will be coming to have a talk. So yeah, I'm just waiting for them to arrive, and I'm really nervous. I don't know if what I did was wrong or right, but we will see. As for the people saying my husband is some pedo or they're having an affair, I know this is furthest from the truth. I've never questioned his intentions, but what hurt me was the lack of respect from Sydney towards me.
And support
And
from her
your
husband. Yeah, the support.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, this would be divorce worthy for
Yo,
me.
mama's coming.
Yeah.
You in trouble.
Mama gonna set you right.
Like, damn, if that was Deb's coming, like, I'd be like, whoop, I'm getting my ass kicked today.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's intense. But
But
yeah,
the
it's
fact
like,
that, like,
okay,
she's always had boundary problems.
Yeah.
Like, that's
This isn't the
huge.
first issue.
That's
Yeah.
huge. Like, that's got to be, like, a big thing for
this
her.
is like
for
very
the,
immature.
yeah, for
Yeah,
the
she's a
poster.
child. No, this infuriated me. There's no other update?
No, there is another update.
Oh.
But I was gonna say, like, we have Sean's girlfriend, we have Derek, and we have his boyfriend. So that's 3 people.
A
And
lot
then
of
you
people
have
involved.
Then you have Sean, Jake, and Sydney. And you have the wife on this side. So you have 4 against 3 people.
And
you
the
have
mother.
brother and sister and the mother. 5. 5 against 3 people. So you have the husband, fucking idiot who did it, and her brother. So it's like, you guys are outnumbered. Like,
Yeah.
we have 5 people on his side who think you're inappropriate. And regardless, as long as there's one person who thinks you're inappropriate, you're fucking inappropriate to them. That's their boundaries, and it's her fucking husband. You guys are all fucking idiots. All 3 of you over here. My fucking hands are getting confused.
Throwing gang signs out here.
You ran out of fingers.
I ran out of fingers. Yeah. So there is an update number 2. So my mother-in-law came with my husband, and we all had a talk. There were a lot of things to say, but I will try to summarize. Basically, Jake apologized to me first and tried to explain his point of view. He said that he was angry because, A, I left without saying anything for the whole night when he was literally trying to defuse the situation and tried to laugh it off because it was so awkward he didn't know what else to do. But instead of communicating, I just left him in that weird situation. He was meeting his friends after such a long time and just wanted the dinner to be peaceful, and Sydney was going back anyways, and he would most likely never meet her again. B, he acknowledged Sydney was indeed overstepping boundaries, but he didn't know how to bring it up since he has literally seen her growing up and she is like a little sister to him. She also acts that way with everyone. He thought it was just for a few days and he wanted no drama during their stay, so he would just brush it off. He did acknowledge he was wrong about not saying anything. C, he was already really worried and sad because how I just left with no explanations. Even after I came, not once I asked how he felt. He was also very overwhelmed with everything and felt I was accusing him for not doing anything when he literally pushed her off as politely as possible when she tried to sit. He felt it was attacking his character and gave him the ultimatum, which made him sad, as if he felt if I thought less of him. It wasn't about Cindy, but about how easy it was for me to question his sincerity. He said after that dinner he was going to go extremely low contact with her anyways. D, he apologized for not speaking up about the disrespect Sydney was showing towards me and also leaving like that. Then, after Jake said everything, mother-in-law explained Jake about the situation from her perspective. She scolded him a lot as well. In short, she told him that as a husband, it is his responsibility to make me feel like I am his priority, and that he disappointed me in the moment I had come to him to ask for establishing boundaries. As a husband, it was his duty that I never would have to come to him about this in the first place. She also asked him how he would have felt had it been a guy on my lap, and he had no answer for it. She told him how what I did was an eruption of suppressed feelings, and as a husband, it is his duty to go after me and never leave me alone in the first place. There were a lot of things said by her, and Jake seemed to realize and sincerely apologize for his actions. She told him if he ever pulled such a stunt ever again, then to not expect her to take him in. Later, she took me for a walk. It was just the two of us, and there she explained some things to me as well. She said that she is sorry for everything, but told that even at her house, Jake was distraught. He didn't tell her because he most likely knew he was wrong too, but was overwhelmed about everything as well. She said she in no way is excusing her son's behavior, but hoped that I would forgive him. She also said that in no circumstances I need to leave my house, as it is my house and my family. She said I shouldn't be afraid in speaking my mind if anything makes me uncomfortable, and to talk to her if Jake does anything stupid again, because she will set him straight. She hoped we worked it out since she has seen our love for each other, and it would be sad to see us split up due to some disrespectful brat. Her words. She said she cannot have a say in our issues, but suggests that we should get counseling to understand each other better. She even brought ice cream for me. I know it's a bit childish, but she said sweet things work like a charm for when people are upset, and she was right. Well, it was awkward at night. Jake came into our room, and we didn't know what to say. After a while, we talked and both apologized to each other. However, I did tell him that I was angry at him to tell everything to Sean and was deeply hurt by the text he sent me. He said he didn't know what I was talking about, and I showed him the text. He said he didn't tell Sean about the fight and only told him that he was at his mom's place. He called Sean, and well, it turns out Sean told Sydney and told her how she went too far at the party. Then Sydney made a huge sob story about how I was passive-aggressive with her the whole time, how I would always try to question her character and act insecure and jealous. She even went out to say that I was always like that with her, even when she was a kid, and that I never liked her and always tried to manipulate people into thinking I was an angel while she was a slut. Well, that made him angry to think how I have been treating Sydney, and he sent those texts. Jake and I were baffled by such accusations, and he tried to explain to Sean how it wasn't true, but then Jake just let it be and decided to go no contact with Sydney and extremely low contact with Sean. Jake apologized again, and we just cuddled and slept. Well, Sydney is out of our lives for good now, and we have decided to go to counseling for better communication in the future. Let's see how everything goes in the future, but yeah, we're not getting divorced. I know a lot of you wanted me to show Jake this post, but he was so sad and got scolded a lot already, so I decided not to show him. Maybe in the future. Sorry for all this rambling. Have a good day, people.
I don't forgive him.
Mama.
I never read that update when I was reading
I
the
love
original.
how hard the mom came
I
in. though.
know. Yeah.
Like, I think she
Yeah.
explained it perfectly for, Jake, and I think perfectly for the poster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, she saw both sides, and it was just kind of like, hey.
Yeah.
And then also saying, like, if he pulls his shit again, I'm not taking him in.
Yeah,
I
you're not
was like,
sleeping
yeah.
at my house.
Woo!
Mother-in-law set him straight. She's right. It is, I feel like regardless of wife and husband, it's both responsibility to not make that other person feel that way. It's
100%.
like your responsibility, it's your duty to be part of the marriage and to make them feel secure,
It's a partnership.
at home,
Yeah.
safe place. And like, dude, how did you let your wife leave the house?
And
There's so
notice
many-
after
so
an
many
hour.
questions.
And notice after an hour she hasn't come
An
back.
hour.
Buddy,
An hour.
Teresa would have never even made it down to the car. She, as soon as she left the door, I heard the door close. I would have been like, what no. Run fucking out, be behind the car in the backup camera, being like, you ain't going nowhere unless you're running me over. So like, and then second, like, also like, if you're the wife, this is your house. It's like, no, you don't leave. You say, get the fuck out of my house.
Yep.
You say, get out. This is my house. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. There's so many things. Like, when he said that he didn't want to cause problems, he just kind of wanted to keep the peace when she sat on his lap. He didn't want to make it weird. That's disrespectful. Be a man and say something. Don't just let it happen. You have to speak up for yourself and let it happen. Don't let it happen. Like, because it could happen again in the future. Like, if it's not Sydney, it can happen again with another girl.
This whole thing could have been avoided, like, right from the beginning if he
listened to her
If he's-
boundaries. Like,
if he
she,
set
Yeah.
her, well, Jake should have set Sydney straight. He should have
Whoa.
set his own boundaries right from
That's
the
true.
beginning.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like, yeah, as soon as she sat on
Yeah.
his lap, it should have been like, yeah,
no,
this is
before.
not okay. Like,
Before the
long-
lap, the
Even
giggling
before,
and
yeah.
everything. Because he
But
tried to
she-
push her off her on the
she-
lap.
She
incident.
should have known that it wasn't going to be okay to even
Yeah.
sit on the lap to
Exactly.
begin with.
Yeah, exactly. She should have known that
this
that's
could have all
unacceptable.
been fixed, yeah.
yeah. This one made me mad.
Yeah, that was a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a
Yeah.
big
There's
one.
a lot of emotions in that one because
Yeah.
it's not only like mean
There's a lot going
girl,
on.
like clicky stuff.
And then family got involved.
Then family.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like
Mother-in-law.
spousal
Mother-in-law's
support.
Mother-in-law's great.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the goat.
Ice cream fixes everything.
Sweet things fix it all.
Sounds like she's been through a couple of it. Yeah, that
I thought she was
great.
gonna like lay some big secret, like it's okay. Like this has happened to me before, but instead she was like, my son's a dink.
This is when I killed that girl and I buried her in the backyard.
And then I had ice cream and it made me feel better.
Yeah.
The fact that she's just like, no, my son's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
I birthed this idiot. Like I feel bad. I'm sorry.
I gotta think-
Here,
I-
eat something.
I still feel responsible for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Moving along.
Okay.
Moving along.
All right. This one comes from Today I Fucked Up. Today I fucked up by putting tampons in wrong for 10 years.
What?
How?
What?
How?
She was raised by a single dad.
Probably. I feel.
No, not from the other story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, that's what I was thinking
good.
of.
That brother was that older brother
An
was
angel.
so good.
An angel he was.
What episode was that? That was last 2 episodes ago.
A couple
16.
episode
Yeah.
ago. So if
16.
anybody's
That was a
listening, they want to
couple.
hear it.
That was with Madison and
yeah.
Chris.
No.
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 It's really
No.
good.
No, it
No.
wasn't.
That was a
Before
screw loose.
It's Screw Loose, yes. You're
Yeah.
right.
Ooh, good job.
Damn, we got a big fan over here.
Yeah.
Coming for you, Kat.
Whoa. Get live. I'm first.
Okay. I feel so embarrassed. I, 23 female, have had my period for more than 10 years now, and I just learned from a Reddit post of all places that you are not supposed to shove the whole thing, applicator and all, up there and then leave it like that. I have a biochemistry degree. I have traveled the world, and yet somehow I never figured this one out. This is my first and probably last Reddit post because I cannot keep my horror at the fact that I've been keeping pieces of plastic in my vagina for 10 years inside, but I absolutely cannot fathom telling anyone I know about this.
No.
I've always thought the tampons were super uncomfortable for reasons that are not now glaringly obvious.
No shit.
And mostly used pads, but I love swimming, and so I use tampons fairly frequently during the summer. As best as I can figure, I have used hundreds of tampons in this way. I have been scouring my brain, but I don't think that anyone ever told me about this, despite the multiple, widely uncomfortable health classes I've had to take in grade school. The worst part is that I knew that plastic bit was called the applicator. I just figured that was because it made putting it in easier, and you were just supposed to leave it in. Thank you, Redditors, for listening. I can only hope that this horrifying blunder of mine will convince you to explain very clearly to your children how tampons work.
Oh my god, okay. I'm going to start because this is wild because I'm the only guy here. We got
Yeah.
3 girls
You are outnumbered.
and 1 guy. But I'm just imagining, I've never actually seen this, but there's a plastic sleeve that would go up and then you pull the plastic sleeve out and it reveals more cotton.
Yes.
So that it goes in without getting stuck up and bunching up.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
That's what I'm picturing and assuming.
Yes.
And the fact that you leave the plastic in, I can only imagine would be very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Fucking
And not
10
effective.
years.
But it not. Yeah, it wouldn't
Not
even do its
effective. You
job.
would still be bleeding.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Like-
even do
well,
its job. Yeah.
the top would still be cotton, no? The very top of it?
like a tiny little hole.
Okay. So a little bit. So I wonder if she's ever had like, oh, this one's not effective and she got a bigger one. Or something. The max one or something.
I
But, like,
see her mistake.
Wait. Every box you buy, wouldn't it have like a little instructions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
you
single
do.
box.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every single box she's bought, she's ignored the instructions
Yeah.
and just thought
With
she
her
knew how to do
biochemistry
it.
degree.
Biochemistry degree.
Just from a general woman, you're like, okay, I
Yeah, I
think I
got
should
this.
be able to. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I should be
I don't
able to
need the
figure out how this
instructions.
works.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty common sense. But
Yeah.
I
think
do.
my mom helped me actually.
I
my
do
first
also
time.
see her mistake, and I can see where it can go wrong. And if she's been doing that, you would be like,
That's all she knew.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So I can see
And-
where she went wrong, and I can also see the mistake.
Yeah, but at what point when she was like, they've been so uncomfortable that she wasn't like, let me just extend that packet and read.
Yeah,
where
like
was I
where
going
did I
wrong
maybe go
somewhere?
wrong?
She probably
I
just
thought-
thought it was
I
normal.
thought she was
I-
going to say she
I-
shoved it up her ass.
I mean,
I've been wearing it wrong.
compared to pads, they are uncomfortable though, regardless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're not supposed to be.
no, but
Like, it's
they're-
not supposed to hurt.
But there is the logic that pads are more comfortable than tampons.
Yeah.
From what I understand, being a guy.
It depends.
I'm just saying that's what I've heard is that the tampons are not as comfortable as pads. Pads are more comfortable.
It depends
So-
what you're used to. There's also the stories of like people have forgotten that they've
Yeah.
even been up there,
toxic
and then
shock
they've had
syndrome.
Yeah.
sex, and then they've had to go to the ER because
Well-
then sex has lodged it even further.
Well,
so
did
like,
you know?
It's a dead end tunnel. It doesn't really.
Do you
yeah,
guys want a
but I
fun
think it
fact?
varies on each woman.
Got a fun fact for you. Porn stars put them up there, and then they have sex, and then they have to get them taken out
What?
so that they can still shoot on the scenes
On the weeks that they're
on the weeks that they're on.
But I don't think it would
I
stop
could
the
have
bleeding.
died without
Well,
knowing
there's
that.
other-
Apparently it does.
There's
I
other
don't
ways
know.
of doing it. But
That's what I heard. I don't remember where I heard it or read it or something. I saw it one time. It was like one of
I
those
saw
behind
it.
the scenes.
Saw it, okay.
It was like one of those
behind the
behind. It was like an interview with a porn star or something like that, and it was like
Uh-huh.
dirty secrets of the industry and the
Denver.
fact that that's what they do. That's what they
My
do.
mom's watching.
Where are we
I'm
going
sorry.
with this?
No, nowhere. I'm just you talking about how they get stuck up there. Well, some of the girls would forget that they didn't take it out, and they would get the toxic thing
TSS?
syndrome,
Yeah,
and then
TSS.
have to go to the hospital
Yeah.
because they're like not feeling well, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I had that shoot last week, and I forgot to remove it after."
That's wild.
Ooh.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay, there's an edit. Edit to answer some common questions. Yes, the whole thing fit up there. Maybe I just have a long vagina. I don't know. No, it probably didn't work great, but I only kept them in for a couple of hours at most while I went swimming, and I used them very infrequently, maybe a few times a year. There are lots of comments asking why I didn't read the instructions. Well, my mom always just had loose tampons lying around. I bought my own, maybe once or twice, but that was when I was much older, so by that point I felt confident in my tampon using abilities, and never read the instructions, lol. I had health class and went to grade school in a fairly liberal public school district. Now I am questioning what I thought was fairly comprehensive health education. There are some comments asking if I can read or saying that I must not have gone to a good college / worked hard for my degree. Please don't be rude. In my experience, sometimes it's the people who are really smart at one thing that are super dumb at others. I want to thank the people who shared their own tampon blunders for helping me feel less alone during this embarrassing mistake. Another edit. People are also asking how I could have had that much of a lack of curiosity about how it worked. I think when I was younger, I felt a lot of shame around my body and didn't want to think about it more than absolutely necessary. And once I got older and more comfortable, I kind of thought I knew everything I needed to know about tampons.
Yeah, I can see that. And like biochemistry is not teaching you about tampons.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Do
Yeah.
we have an age for the?
23.
It's 10 years.
Yeah.
10
Okay,
years.
that's a while. Yeah. It's like,
Poor
okay,
girl.
You kind of have
Poor
figured out in high
girl.
school.
Oh my
but,
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, like just curious question. Like when you guys are having the girls' night slumber parties in high school.
No,
You
we're
pro-
not.
We
You're
were not
probably not
popping each
talking.
other's tampons,
Yeah,
dude.
like you're not talking about how you put your tampons in, right? That's
No.
No.
So like it's fair. It's not like
Yeah.
you know, like
It's
there's
not a
that there
yeah, it's
conversation
not,
and
no.
stuff,
No,
right?
I think it's honestly like
It's an
mom usually does. Like my mom
Yeah.
helped me.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if it's like normal for most moms to help, but like
And
at a young age, like when you get your period when
When
you're
you're
12 or
first
13,
learning,
yeah.
she said
You
her
don't
mom
know.
had loose tampons around, so maybe her mom was like, "Hey, do you want me to help you? You know, do that?" She's like, "I got this. I know how to do it. I've done it. I've
She
done it
said
before."
she wasn't confident.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she was like, no, I'm okay.
I've got it. I did it.
Yeah.
she
so
didn't
I
want
just
the help. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she just thought she had it figured out, and
Yeah.
like that one little mistake, and just not
Yeah.
Yeah, I
figured
could
out.
definitely see that being like 13,
Yeah.
12, 13.
But it's just, I
and
think it's just an honest mistake that she just
Yeah.
kept going with, and
just poor girl.
and it's a pretty easy mistake, like, to do. Like, it isn't, because, like, I'm not going to get into that much detail.
Yeah.
I feel like
Feels
there's
like-
been some funny conversation I've had with some guys in
Sometimes
high
the
school.
Plastic things don't release very well, so.
Yeah, but she
Oh
didn't
my
even
god,
know.
I didn't even think about that. Imagine.
Like, some of them
You just have
don't.
that part that just.
Like, so I think it would also vary on, like, brand as well. It could
Yeah.
vary on brand, and
Yeah.
if the brand isn't releasing the way it's supposed to, you would just assume that this is the way it's supposed to be normal, and then you would just continue that on for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Speaking
So-
of brand, that means that she's never used OBs that just come without the applicator.
Well,
you know those
exactly,
ones?
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on the brand and depending on how maybe like that first applicator worked, maybe it broke the first time and she just assumed that that's the way that worked normally and she just kept that going. Where maybe if the applicator worked properly and to its full effectiveness the first time, then she would have been like, oh, this is the way. So I think it's just an honest mistake that just unfortunately happened for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Poor long vagina. the fact that she said that.
No.
I was like, girl.
No.
It's not any
Girl.
longer than normal.
No.
Yeah,
vagina.
no,
It's-
exactly.
It's the same length.
I know,
Yeah.
that's why with her saying that, I was like,
I will say in high school
No.
with the boys, there was some kind of funny conversation of like, how do you put on a condom? And not everybody knew the answer to that.
I mean, where is the
Wait,
confusion?
you didn't have the banana class?
There's no, but like you don't. There, you have to put it on a certain way. You have to pinch the top, and not allow the air to go there.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is new for me.
When you're putting it, yeah. So there's a little thing at the top, and you need to pinch it to roll it on. And if you don't do that, then you're 100% sealing, and there's no room at the top. There needs to be space at the top for when the time comes that it will be filled. And if it's not, and it's just super slim tight on there, then there's no room
I see.
at the end, and it's very painful.
Okay.
So there's a proper way to put them on, and I remember some funny conversations in high school with the guys about talking about that.
pinching
Yeah.
tops or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe sex ed class could get a bit more detail about.
Yeah.
No,
maybe that's the
you can't
problem.
do that. There's people that already want to cancel it.
It's not canceled
Yeah.
yet, is it? Oh, it depends on your
yeah?
school district.
Oh.
Probably
Depends if you're
is.
Catholic.
I don't know
Okay.
anymore.
I don't know.
I don't think I ever had a banana class, but I can't remember actually.
I didn't. It's just like
Yeah.
general.
It's like TV.
I think that was
Yeah.
only in the
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Is there an update or anything?
Okay.
Or that was the
No,
update.
That's all.
All right, it's my turn. Just give our listeners an update. I am on my 4th drink, so we're 3.5 drinks in now. Time for my next story.
Come cuddle.
Am I? No, wait. This is not an "Am I the asshole" one. Yeah, a little carried away. This one is coming from the subreddit stories. I woke up after a night at the club and I forgot that my friend slept in my apartment. After I, 22 female, and her, 21 female, got out of the club, my friend's brother didn't appear to take her back home. So I told her that she could come sleep on my couch, and that's what happened. The next morning, I woke up to make coffee, fully naked. This is usual when I am home. She was already awake, lying on the couch, watching her phone, and I didn't even notice her as I walked by. I passed the living room without her noticing, and I went into the kitchen to make my coffee. She comes to after she hears the coffee machine on, and after a few seconds, she asks me, kind of confused, why I was naked. I froze, not knowing that she was behind me at this point, and I turned to her and said, yeah, sorry. I forgot she was there.
Awkward.
So I had to explain to her that I am a nudist at home. And I was a bit drunk and I didn't remember that she stayed the night. She understood the situation and was comfortable with me being naked, luckily. My bad.
They just continued on while he was naked.
I think she went and got clothes on, but that's the end of the story.
That's funny.
Yeah, the top comment. At least it was a friend of yours. I had a project where we were pouring concrete 24 hours a day for 3 days straight. I took the overnight shift at 5:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. I got home at 6 a.m., showered and went to bed. Woke up at 1 p.m., went to make coffee, wearing nothing. I rounded the corner from my bedroom into the kitchen the same time my cleaning lady rounded the corner from the living room. It was quite the event.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we were
Yeah.
in the last episode that actually isn't live yet. We were talking about.
Well, it'll be
Kat
live the
or
time
Ru-
people are listening.
Yeah, but for Kat, I was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We were talking about one of the stories was about how the roommate left, and then he was walking around naked. So he told the roommate, like, he was going to be gone for a week, so the other guy was, like, walking around naked and stuff, and then he ended up coming home early. And I was like, yeah, and Denver was like, oh, I don't know, if you have a roommate, you shouldn't really do that. I was like...
No, if you think they're out of town.
Yourself to the week, then you're fine.
Yeah, so I, like, thought about, like, when we lived with you. I was like, when we lived with Kat, like, and you guys went, like, for Niagara trip or whatever.
Gone
like,
for a weekend.
When you were gone, like, we totally took advantage of that. Like,
Yeah, I just can't remember if I was running downstairs to the kitchen or anything, or if it was just like going to the bathroom without it.
same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Running around like the whole house naked, or just like crossing down the hallways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Laying on the couch watching TV.
Yeah.
Cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
Flipping pancakes.
In the kitchen.
Yeah. My point is, like, people will, if it's your own home, people will.
Yeah, and if you know you're naked by yourself, you'll, totally. I get
it's
that.
normal.
So, because that was a short one, I got another one for you guys.
Okay.
Today, my hamster exploded.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one.
I don't know if I want to hear this one.
I'm curious. You have me.
I've been crying in my room for 2 hours now. I was making some salad dressing in the kitchen with my pet hamster, Manny, because I just let him roam around free. My sister and her friends were also doing something. I spilled a bottle of vinegar. So I left to go get a towel, and then I came back, Manny was drinking it. I didn't think anything of it, so I let him help me clean it up. All of a sudden, Manny starts acting really weird. He's normally very full of energy, but he was just sitting still. Everyone gathered around him trying to figure out what was wrong. Suddenly, we hear a fizzling noise coming from inside Manny, and he starts expanding.
What?
He let out a final squeak and bursted. Bubbles and blood went everywhere. What? My sister's friends started screaming and crying. I ran and got my dad, and he cleaned it up. We looked into the pantry, and apparently Manny had got into the baking soda and ate a bunch of it.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
I think I'm traumatized now.
Baking soda?
And vinegar!
Because when baking soda and vinegar mix, they expand. Like, that's how you make the volcanoes. Remember the school volcano projects?
But I didn't think, like, I thought he would just burp or fart. I didn't think he'd actually, like, die.
It's a small little boy.
I didn't think he'd die. But we have 2 holes that things could come out of. I don't know.
Bursted.
Oh my god. I wasn't expecting that. I thought, like, maybe he got into the microwave by accident.
And press start.
Yeah.
Like, 30 seconds start before he closed the door himself. Like, where was he?
I thought it was one of those bird situations. You know how at weddings you're not allowed to throw rice anymore because the birds eat them and then it expands and they explode.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You didn't know that's the thing?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought it was like one of those
weddings,
kind of situations. Not that he's been snacking in the pantry.
What the actual fuck? That's fucked up.
That's so fucked up.
I wasn't expecting that.
I spilled some vinegar and my hamster fucking exploded like a bomb.
And then the baking soda?
Like
What's
a
the
bomb.
coincidence?
Yeah, exactly.
That was fate. That was God's plan.
That's
Oh.
so messed up.
Oh my god.
Poor Manny.
Oh my god.
Rest in peace, Manny.
Top comment. Why can't hamsters die normally?
Yeah, they never do.
Literally.
They never
Didn't
do.
you have a story?
Yeah, I'm not sharing that.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's.
That involved a ceiling fan.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's sad.
And disclaimer, it wasn't my hamster.
Rest in peace, Manny.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
All right, moving along.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. I need to bring an important service announcement to this episode. The sponsor of this week's episode is Toronto's Commercial Cleaning. Toronto's Commercial Cleaning, yes. If you guys are in Toronto, in the GTA, anywhere in Ontario, and you need some cleaning, check out Toronto's Commercial Cleaning. They will help you out. If you have a big business and you need some cleaning services, Toronto's Commercial Cleaning has got you covered. They have excellent service, don't they, Caitlin? Catherine.
Nice. Good
Kat.
job. Good job.
Catherine.
Good job.
That's Kat's company. For anybody who's wondering, I call Kat. But
Oh, here we
growing
go.
up, her name was Caitlin. And I just found out.
Oh, we talked about this in the last episode.
Well, I just found out the other week that Caitlin, like Kat is not actually short form for Caitlin. Kate would be the short form for Caitlin. I never thought about this before.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was just her name was always Kat. Real name's Caitlin. Never ever thought about it. And that Kat changed her name to Catherine so that the short form Kat made a little bit more sense. Because it didn't make sense from Caitlin to Kat.
Wait, you didn't know?
No, I had no fucking idea.
For real?
She never broke it down. You know what I was told? I was told that Catherine was more professional.
That's
It
what she
is.
said.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't never put two and two together that Kat was not actually short form for Caitlin.
Oh, no, she didn't want to be Caitlin.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, Kate is the short form for Caitlin. It's not like Kat is the short form for Catherine or Caitlin.
No, but I loved Kat, so that's why
Yeah.
Mom
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of nicknamed me,
I
and
know.
then it just kind of stuck, and then it
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
well, and then
I love
yeah,
it too.
yeah,
But
it
I'm
worked
I'm
well.
just realizing now that
Then
it's
it was
like
Kat with a K instead of Kat with a C.
Yeah,
and
I love
it.
it.
Was,
It's great.
Oh, never
this
cat with a
was
C.
over 20 years ago, so
Yeah,
it
Kat
was
with a
very
K.
like new and unique. So
It's 100%
Yeah.
great. I just
Yeah.
never realized
yeah.
that Kate is the proper short name for Caitlin.
Yeah, so
Not
what,
Kat.
what
Katie.
also happened
Blown
is
my
like
mind.
as I finished high school, I was going to be like an entrepreneur, and I was like 18, 19, and Caitlin very much dated me at that time as my name. So like most Caitlins were not over 25. So right off the bat, like if you're looking at a website or a business card, you would instantly be like, "Ooh, she's too young." So we never really loved Caitlin. So then I asked Mom and Dad, and I was like, "Can I switch it to Catherine?" And they were like, "We're totally okay with it." So then I legally switched it, I think at 19 years old, to Catherine, to then just not put an age bracket on me. Because if you see a business card that says Catherine, you don't know, that person could be 20, they could be 56 years old. You know, there's a huge range of age that could go with Catherine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got sick and tired of people being like, "Oh, is Kat short for Catherine?" And I was like, "No, it's Caitlin." And they're like, "Oh, that doesn't Sure,
Makes
okay,
sense.
that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense." And it also put me instantly as like, you're clearly under 20 years old. Like you're 16, 17, 18 years old, and I didn't want to be classified as that going into like a young entrepreneur on a business card.
Very smart.
Yep.
Very smart. So if you guys are in Toronto and you have a commercial building that needs cleaning services, we will leave a link in the description of this video. Thank you.
Great. Woohoo.
Move it along. We're just going to give a trigger warning before this next story that this
We'll
is
put it-
not safe for work,
Yeah.
people. Teresa, add that to the beginning, please.
Trigger war-
Okay. Am I the asshole for making up weird sex stuff about my ex-boyfriend who I never had sex with after he told everyone that we did?
How do you make up weird? Oh, I'm curious.
Karma.
Yeah.
I, female 18, was dating Carl, 18, until last Christmas. I bought him a nice, thoughtful gift, and he got me nothing. We had been dating for 6 months, and he said he didn't think we were at the gift stage. Whatever. I was single for New Year's Eve.
Nice.
I recently found out he is telling everyone that we had sex. We didn't. Now my friends are bugging me about it, since I still claim to be a virgin. Rather than fight the rumors, I have been adding to them. Like, he likes to be pegged.
We're coming in hot.
She ain't holding back.
Not going to start with anything mild. Just boom. Right in there.
You would.
Like, oh, you want to play this game? Okay.
Oh my god.
He likes being snowballed. I don't
Oh
know what
my
that is.
god.
Yeah,
Wait,
what's
I
that?
don't know what that
No.
is.
Megan, what is that?
Explain.
No.
No one knows. Someone has to Google it.
Yeah, why don't you Google it?
Okay, I'll Google it
I don't
after.
feel like I need to tell people.
I'll Google it after I'm
Snowball.
done reading. He makes weird noises and cries when he comes. He can only get hard if I'm wearing men's underwear.
Oh my god, she's going full tilt.
She's a professional.
Yeah.
She's a professional life fucker.
She understood the assignment.
Now he is pissed off with me for lying about him. He tried telling everyone that I'm lying, but I have seen him naked and I could tell the truth about his body. For example, he has a very big birthmark in his hip area.
That's not where I thought that was going.
But you can't see it if he has a bathing suit on. I know I'm being petty, and I was planning on sleeping with him on New Year's Eve. I'm conflicted, but I think he deserves it. Am I the asshole?
No, he deserves
No,
it.
karma.
Fuck him. That's
Yeah.
karma right there.
Yeah, totally.
By the way, snowballed sex meaning.
tell us.
Snowballing, the sexual practice of spitting semen into a partner's mouth after oral sex.
Oh my god.
It's passing back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing.
Not just
when
one
you-
time.
When you
It's like-
explain that.
Well, it's the act of spitting semen into a partner's mouth
Yeah,
after oral
well,
sex.
snowball.
That's what it says.
So it'd be like
This is,
he, and
officially
then
It
she
would
was
be
like,
like-
R-rated. This is
she
an R-rated
put it back into
podcast.
his mouth.
yeah,
Not safe for work.
Not safe
Not,
for work.
and that stuff.
And
Yeah.
Oh, is there an update or anything?
No, it
Top
was posted
comment?
15 hours ago. It
Okay,
already has
nice.
30,000 upvotes.
Wow. Top comment?
Top comment, not the asshole. I once read something similar where the girl claimed he could only finish by saying mom over and over again.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's bad.
Mommy? Teresa hates it when I say mommy in any sexual orientation.
Yes,
no
it's fucking
kidding.
weird.
If
Well,
you
I
say it
as
like
a
that, it's
joke.
fucking
I say
weird.
it
It's
as
weird.
a joke. I never say it actually.
Christ.
She gets too sensitive about it. I'm like, I'm just joking.
No kidding.
Joking. We're just gonna give a trigger warning before this next story that this
We'll
is
put it-
not safe for work,
Yeah.
people. Teresa, add that to the beginning, please.
Trigger warning. Yeah.
Edit, Teresa.
Edit.
Yeah.
Edit.
Yep.
All right. I have got a fucking all-timer for you guys.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Already.
Strap your seatbelts on because we're going for a ride.
Whee!
Get your biscuits ready because this tea is hot. Okay. This is a platinum story.
Ooh.
That's how you know it's fucking good. Lost my job because I clogged a toilet during an interview.
Oh.
Wait, did you even have the job?
I found an excellent job opportunity at this really nice office. Everything was going very smoothly. I had pretty much gotten the job at a previous interview and I was just in to fill out the onboarding paperwork. I was so stoked because the onboarding questions were all about accommodations that you would like at this job. Like, what kind of snacks should we keep on hand for you? What kind of caffeinated beverages do you like? All was going well, but I was offered coffee earlier and of course accepted because I love free stuff. The coffee was so good and I drank it down really fast. So, of course, coffee did what coffee does. And before I knew it, I had to use their bathroom. Well, it was a really nice bathroom with poo, potpourri, and everything. I really was able...
I'm like, what are you saying?
Poopery.
Poopery.
What's that?
It's the
It's
stuff
a-
that you
Smell
get to
good.
smell in the bathroom. It,
It's an air
cleans-
sensor
yeah.
spray.
All right, my apologies. It was a really nice bathroom with poo-pourri. Did I say that right? Did I say it right?
Sure.
Yes.
With
Good.
poo-pourri and everything. I was able to relax and let it all out. There was a whole lot of excess in my system that morning. I had been drinking a lot and eating party food all day before because it was the weekend. It took a lot of toilet paper for me to get my butthole cleaned.
Oh.
Well, anyways, I washed my hands and admired how nice the bathroom was before I left. Then I went back to finish my paperwork. Anyone noticing any missing steps here? Well, I was sitting on my computer filing out the rest of my paperwork when I heard
flush.
a female worker go into the bathroom. It's a unisex bathroom. And I heard her exclaim, "Ah, what the fuck?" from the bathroom. I immediately realized I was the last one in there. I looked at the door as I heard the sound of a flush coming from the toilet as she tried to get rid of it so that she could go. But I didn't hear the bowl clear. I only heard the bowl fill up with water. And she was not happy. I watched her leave the bathroom and go whisper something into the ear of the guy in charge of the office. They had to figure out how to unclog it.
Oh my god.
There wasn't a plunger in there, so they went looking for one. When he went to take a look at the bathroom water, it was at the brim of the bowl. A yellowish brown soup.
Oh,
Cold
God, come on.
and filled with globs of brown streaked TP.
Bro.
It's the detail
The
for me.
soup.
I was
Shit
the
stew.
only new person in the building. So, of course, everyone knew I done it. I I tried to just pretend like I was on my computer working the whole time. And they didn't yell at me or anything. They just dealt with it. A lot of toilet water got on the bathroom floor. And they didn't have a janitor in until that evening. Well, I finished my onboarding paperwork. But they were really upset about the toilet. And the boss wasn't as friendly afterwards. I finished my paperwork. But for some odd reason, I never heard back from them. And I did not have the courage to ever follow up.
Oh my god.
You shit the bed on that one.
Literally.
Oh.
That's shitty. Haha.
Literally.
But I feel like he shouldn't have lost a job, like not get the job for that.
Yeah.
How were they like,
Bro.
it was you?
Yeah, how did they
Somebody
know?
saw that he was the last one to go in there. Veronica was like, I saw the new guy, fucking Jimmy. I saw him go. He was using the washroom before me. What the fuck
It was
happened?
the new guy, yeah.
I would have
Fucking
turned
new guy.
around and I would have been like, Tim, it was you.
I don't want to fucking work with that guy. Don't fucking bring him on board, Jeff. We don't need this kind of shitter in the office, Jeff. Think of the
Got a
expenses,
shitty
Jeff.
attitude.
That shit probably carries over to his work, Jeff. Look at he's in the washroom the whole time. Can't even do his onboarding paperwork without taking a 10-minute shit.
Let's not even start with how many tickets he's using.
Are we gonna talk about this again?
He used more than 3 squares.
This is my favorite with Denver. How many tickets do you get? Teresa lives it, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
we talked about it in Madison's episode
That's
too.
why she's bringing it up, I think.
No, because we
No, I didn't
talked
see
about
it.
it.
Oh, we've talked about it.
We
Yeah.
talked about it
At
last
Christmas.
Oh,
Time.
yeah.
She defends me.
I brought it
I
up.
defend her. We do the wraparound.
Yeah, I brought it up on the last episode. Masson was on my side, so. Should we ask Kat?
You know why? Because we were raised by the same father.
Yeah.
Same parents.
Oh yeah, I could
That
see.
like gave
Paul-
us the
Paul for
lesson.
sure.
They
Paul
dragged
for
us to the
sure.
bathroom and they're like,
Oh
"This is how
my
many."
God. No,
I
no.
live with a household full of women. We need to count our bathroom squares because we are going through way too much toilet paper every month.
I just had the fucking worst memory pop up into my brain. I'm
What?
about to put my dad on blast right now. Maybe I'm not, because maybe this is more normal. Maybe people in the comments can let us know. So if you're on YouTube, go over to YouTube. Let us know in the full comment video for this one. But I just have this vivid memory
I'm scared.
of like my dad wouldn't close the fucking bathroom door. And
Oh,
he's
my dad
taking a
wouldn't
fucking
either.
shit. And I just happen to be walking by and I watch him take 4 squares and I see him and he's in the middle. He wipes, brings it up, folds it in half,
Oh!
and goes in for a second wipe. And then drops it.
Oh, Paul.
And I was like 7. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And he's like, this is how you save toilet paper. I'm like, I'm never doing that, bro. Fucking never.
We will never be on that.
Listen, man.
That budget limit.
I take 3 squares, I fold it in half to a square and a half, and I wipe. And that's it. And if it's like the shit fucking toilet paper at the
Goes to the toilet.
airport, it's like a roll like this long, and I fold it in half 6 times.
Yeah, but that's free.
And I
so
get nice
you're
and
good.
thick.
It's
Yeah.
unlimited.
Oh my god, poor Paul. Don't put him on blast like that.
Aw, Paul.
Childhood memory right there.
Core memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big. I remember that
I
one.
don't think that's like a personal memory. I think that's more like
Lesson.
because I
Trauma?
slightly remember that
Trauma
lesson,
lesson.
but it wasn't like in physical context. It was like, hey, like here's how you know, like as children you get like, you know, he brings all the children to the bathroom. You get kind of taught.
No,
how to
no,
do
no.
it, and
No,
then it was,
no, I remember.
I don't think it was like an in the moment.
No, it was.
learning.
His pants are down around his ankles. I saw the fucking shit get folded in half.
That was not the lesson that I got. I was.
Because it wasn't supposed to be a lesson. The fucker just
It
thought
was
he
a-
was home alone during the middle of the day.
He was doing
and he
improv.
left
It was
the door
improv.
open.
It was
Yeah.
improv.
It's like,
Bro,
well, since I'm here.
our parents, if they thought we weren't home, they were fucking nudists too. If they were like, kids are gone for the weekend, I'll come home at 3 in the afternoon on a Sunday, and fuck, parents are nude doing the farm work in the tractor. And like, I'm like, fuck me, I'm going into the house. I'm not coming out to talk to you and for whatever happened with my weekend. I can see you from here. I see no fucking clothes. I am not coming over there. Dad's fucking doing the lawn. Pushing the fucking lawnmower naked in the middle of August. Bro, what are you doing? The fucking grass is hitting you.
Oh, okay. It's slightly different because no one could see us.
Well, okay, we
Like,
had
we
a
were
25-acre farm.
Yeah, it
that
And
was
apparently a
it
colony of nudists.
Yeah, so, like,
I'm not painting the picture
once-
properly. We
yeah,
are on our own private
there's a
property,
difference.
surrounded by trees. No
Yeah.
neighbors can see us. We're
And
not
of
in a
course,
townhouse.
Yeah, as soon as we get off from school,
And we're
then
gone
it's a
for the
different-
weekend. They don't know when we're going to be back on
Yeah,
the Sunday.
exactly.
We went out getting
So-
shit-faced. You're gone.
Yeah,
like,
when they're out on 100 acres by themselves,
25.
it's a little different.
yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking TP. Fucking. I had suppressed that memory for a long fucking time.
I was gonna say we've been
dude.
talking about toilet paper for a long.
It's been
this
suppressed.
has never come up.
It's been fucking
This is gonna
suppressed.
happen episode after episode.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma.
PTSD.
Traumas are
God.
coming up right now. All right, so let's get into the top comment on this story. Before we do, I have a public service announcement. That's cracking number 5 for me.
Cheers.
Cheers! Getting some hot takes coming up. If you thought it's been good, we got the real stories coming up. All right, top comment. Who forgets to flush a shit, especially at a place of employment? Especially when it's one of those fancy unisex single toilet bathrooms. Especially when trying to get hired at that place of employment. LOL. I wouldn't hire you either. If you can't remember to flush your feces, I can't imagine how forgetful on the job you'd be.
That's fair.
kinda
That's
well
a fair
said.
point.
Fair
That's
point.
kind of well said.
Yeah.
This one reminds me of the last episode we did with the poopy balls.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get hired, maybe just keep it like low key.
Flush
Yeah.
your shits.
Yeah.
Oh, like who forgets to flush a toilet first off?
Yeah, I wonder who forgets to
Yeah,
flush a
I wonder
toilet?
who forgets to flush a toilet.
How could you forget to flush a
no.
toilet?
You have.
It sounds like
don't.
this
You
guy-
have.
You do
You
too.
do it like 2 or 3 times a year.
You do too. You
it
do
sounds-
it
No, no, no,
worse.
like a number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
You
talking
do number
number two.
Bro,
two.
literally like 6 days ago, I came into the bathroom and it was your number 2 still in
Okay,
there.
but you do it too.
Did you take a picture?
Very rare. Oh my god. Oh my
Evidence. You need evidence.
Oh.
We
Collect
actually
evidence.
said that on the last
We literally
episode.
said
Really?
There's this guy. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry, podcast listeners, but Megan wasn't here for the last one. And the last episode hasn't released
It
yet, so she
hasn't
hasn't
aired
heard it.
yet.
He would, at work, take a picture of his turd. And then he would come to you and be like, yo, check this out. And he would show you his phone. When someone shows you their phone, they say, check this out. What do? You fucking look, bro. You look. And it happened several times. I swear to God, the one was like this fucking long.
This guy should have been fired.
And it was like,
He
it
should
was
have
like
been
a
fired.
U shape. It was like a U shape
Like,
around
no,
the whole fucking
no, it's
bowl.
not okay. It's not
Well,
okay.
after the
No.
3rd time, I fucking told him, I'm like, listen, buddy, I know we're friends, but Steve, fuck you.
It's not okay.
Don't show me that shit again.
That
you show
literally
me that
happened
shit
to him?
again, I will
Yeah,
fucking rat you out because this is not. This is
These
not
are the people
fucking
working
okay.
at Porsche?
No, this was.
Oh, okay.
This was long.
Steve
this,
from Porsche?
Yeah, this was a long time ago. This was Tormont Cat. This was Tormont
Ah.
Cat days. This was like
Up
over
in Vaughan.
6-7 years ago. Vaughn, yeah.
Vaughn.
Concord. So
Yeah.
yeah, this was fucking Steve, man.
Like, and he couldn't even be like, "Oh my God, who left this heathen?"
Bro, he would do it to everyone. You would watch him. He would do it to you, and then you watch him go to the next person, and you can hear him. He say, "Yo, check this out," and then you can hear them go, "Oh, bro, what the fuck?" Yeah, fuck.
Not okay.
Sick.
Not okay.
No.
But the bad part was, I think there was one other guy that did it to him, so they kind of fucking did it to each other, and it kept it fucking going. Fuck, I forget the other guy's
Toxic
name.
cycle.
I forget
Yeah.
the other guy's name. Fuck, what it was.
Poop and
They
Peter.
just kept like firing each other up.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Doesn't Kat have one?
Oh
yeah, Caitlin, Catherine.
Isn't it time for you to read your
I
story?
think we're ready. Do you have enough
Do you want to
wine?
read one of ours?
Do you have enough wine in you yet? Yeah. Do you, want
don't
to read
have
one
to.
of mine?
You don't have to.
Yeah, just let me skim it
Oh,
to
but my
first.
thing goes away when
Did you guys know that we have 7.14 thousand followers?
I did not. Good job.
I think we'll be at 10K by the end of April.
That'll be awesome.
I hope.
So if
I
you
love
guys
it.
are listening
so.
Five
on
digits.
Yeah,
5 digits.
exactly. If you guys are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please do us a favor and come subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, if you
Fine.
comment on the full video episodes and you listen to them on YouTube and you comment, we will reply back to you. We guarantee we will reply back to every single comment, unless there gets to be too many
Well,
of them. Small disclaimer.
We haven't.
Fine print. No, I pretty much respond to every single full comment episode. Full episode comments I reply to. If it's on the
Not
shorts,
every single one.
pretty much.
We see them all.
If you ask us a question that deserves a reply, we will give you a reply.
Or if you're like really, really nice to us, we say, OMG, thank you.
Or if you shit talk me, I'll fight you in the comments. So
Yes, that's it.
I was gonna say.
hit us up. But thank you to everybody who supports us. TikTok is blowing up. Instagram's blowing up. We got lots of Spotify followers. YouTube's blowing up. So mid-show, thank you very much, everybody.
Woo! Only going viral.
Now we are going to have our very, very first guest story talking read-in. On the couple last episode, Chris read a story, but I originally had it. Kat had this story all by herself. I have no idea what it is, so I am ready to be
Oh,
This is
surprised.
our first blind reaction.
First
Me and you.
blind reaction. There we go for
All
both
right.
of us.
I hope so.
Go.
As a top subscriber, I'm hoping I'm not repeating the story, but I don't think so.
Number one fan.
Okay. First one for blind reaction.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for switching regular milk to prove my lactose intolerant roommate keeps stealing from me? Me and 2 other guys share an apartment together and we split all the bills. The only thing we don't split costs are on the groceries. Everyone's in charge of buying their own food and we don't touch whatever belongs to us in the fridge. We put our names on everything so nothing gets mixed up. This issue has been going on for almost a year and I'm sick of it. One of my roommates, we'll just call him R, keeps stealing my food. I get home from work and containers with my leftovers are sometimes missing. They have my name clearly written on it. And my stuff finishes all too quickly. My gallon of milk, for example, I buy almond milk because I like the taste of it. But it seems to finish after a week, even though I've only drank it only once or twice. I confronted R about this lots of times, and that's caused a bunch of arguments between us. He outright denies it and tells me I'm crazy, even though it's very obvious. My other roommate and I carpool together because we both work the same early morning shifts around the same time, so we know it's not him. It's always after we get home and R's already left for work and I notice my food gone. My roommates also had a similar problem, but not as often as I do. I'm guessing because R doesn't like what he buys. The funny thing is, R buys a lot for himself and is even more stingy about his food. He will literally point out what's his when he comes from the grocery store shopping and tells us not to touch it. Last week, my milk was nearly empty again, and I got fed up. I went to the liquor store and bought regular dairy milk. I drank what was left of my almond milk and refilled the gallon with the one that I bought from the liquor store. This was the catch/prove to R. This is the one that is stealing since he's lactose intolerant.
Oh my god.
The next day, we went back from work and R is pissed. He yelled at me and he was stuck in the bathroom for over 40 minutes with diarrhea because of the milk he was using to make his shake. I only responded with, "So then you're the only one who's been stealing the milk." He freaking exploded. Yeah.
In 2 ways.
Yeah, he admitted he was sometimes drinking my milk and eating my food, but he was more mad that I switched the milks than the fact that he was actually caught in the first place. I told him I would have done that if he just stopped taking my stuff from the fridge, or at least told me instead of trying to make it seem like I was making it up. My roommate backed me and thought it was kind of funny that he got payback for stealing from us. It's a little tense right now, and my roommate told me he's trying to convince him to agree to kick me out. Little does he know, though, we're both looking to move somewhere else because we're tired of his fucking shit.
Yeah.
I told some buddies what had happened, and a few think I was an asshole. I feel like I'm not in the wrong here. He was taking my food, not owning up to it, and and I wanted to prove it. Does that make me the asshole?
No, this is amazing.
I feel like, yes, you are the asshole, but it's
Sometimes
okay to be a...
it's okay to be the
Yeah,
asshole.
it's okay to be the
No,
asshole.
not the asshole.
It's karma.
Not the asshole.
This
It's
is karma.
karma.
It's
The
karma,
fact that
yeah.
this guy's like literally on the shitter, probably opening the door and screaming at him from there.
Like,
Yeah.
yes.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you are the asshole in this situation, but that is okay.
No, it's totally fine.
Good on you.
You are
You should be the
a-
asshole.
Good asshole.
Good at.
Positive asshole.
Good asshole.
Sometimes it's okay to be the
You're a
asshole.
warranted
Yeah.
asshole.
Like
Yeah,
you
warranted,
knew,
warranted.
Yeah,
you,
warranted.
you
Yeah.
knew what was gonna happen. You knew he was gonna shit his pants. You knew he's lactose intolerant. So you're
milk.
yeah. So
Yo.
you're kind of an asshole.
What if his story and the R is the guy from the job interview story?
Oh.
Could be the same. I think there's something to be said of like taking people's food. Like when I was in college, I had 3 roommates. And they never really had any issues. And then I lived with Marcus. There's 2 roommates. Never really had any issues. But like, there's something to be said of like, okay, if you needed milk or the orange juice and you're craving it and you had some, and it's like, so like sometimes Marcus would buy stuff, especially buy fucking Chips Ahoy cookies. And I
Have a
would
problem?
have a problem. And I would eat his fucking Chips Ahoy cookies. Or I would eat his bag of Sun Chips. And then I would go, next time I was at the grocery store, I would buy those items.
Yeah.
And I'd
well,
be
we did it
Replace
with
them.
Kat,
You
too.
replace them.
Yeah.
You
And
replace them.
and I'd be like, dude, I put the green Sun Chips in the fucking cupboard for you because you opened your bag of the French onion Sun Chips, or I put the Chips Ahoy in there. Then this motherfucker wouldn't eat them for like 2 weeks, and then I see that
keep replacing
I
them?
see that they're still there, so then I fucking eat them. But then I like go to the grocery store, I'm like, I fucking eat them again. So I gotta replace them. And then he doesn't eat them. And then they're still there. I have a bad consumption problem. So when they're in the fucking cupboard,
overconsumption
I feel like
problem.
I have to eat them. And it started this vicious fucking cycle. And then he's like, dude, I only ever want them right after I find out you fucking ate them. So that I'm waiting for you to get the new ones. And then my craving's gone. So it was like this kind of funny cycle, but it wasn't anything like this dude's not owning up to it. He's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
It's not me.
He's getting away with it.
Yeah.
And then he's also a prick.
And then he gets fucked because he switches up
Yeah.
the regular milk with the almond milk.
And then he's also a prick where he's like, don't touch my food. It's one thing, like, dude, buddy, if you take other people's food,
Yeah.
you better be fucking open to people taking your
Yeah,
food and be
100%,
like,
yeah.
He's
okay
stingent.
with it.
He's stingent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
sometimes
Oh, yeah.
Marcus would like take my food and stuff, and I'd be like, shit, the bacon's
Yeah,
gone.
and I feel like
Yeah.
that's the
Whatever.
way it worked with us too when we lived together. Like
Yeah, you accidentally finished something, and
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yeah.
hey, I know it's gone. I finished it. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow and
yeah,
I'll replace it.
and we
Yeah.
always shared like common things like
Yeah.
milk and stuff, milk, eggs.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It was
Whoever's
communal.
finished with the
And it's also
It
very
comes
different.
down to communication, no matter what
Yes,
relationship you're
exactly.
Communication.
Exactly.
I feel like it also comes down to the fact that there's food in the fridge in the cupboard, and then there's meal prepped Tupperware
in.
food with your
Oh,
name
that's
on
shit
it.
for-
Control.
You're
Yeah.
a big piece of shit if you're
Yeah.
taking someone's
Yeah. Meals.
Tupperware
Yeah.
labeled meal preps.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you're just taking an egg or some
Yeah,
orange
milk
juice or
or
something,
anything like that. Like,
yeah.
it's not such a terrible thing that he's taking the almond juice
but
or the almond milk.
he's
It-
lying.
He's lying,
Like-
and he never replaces
And then he's
it.
so
Yeah.
stingent about his
Yeah.
other
He's
with his
stingy. Yeah.
shit, but
Yeah.
he's not so stingent about stealing other people's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
okay.
needs it for his shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're drinking my almond milk and then you buy an almond milk and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
allowed
fine.
to have it, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah.
No big
Yeah.
deal. This reminds me of the one that we had on our last episode that's not live yet, where the dude punishes the thief of his sandwiches with super hot spice. Super
Spicy.
hot spicy.
I've done that.
And I won't tell you any more of the rest of the story because I don't want to ruin it for you
No,
guys.
no,
when you
I
listen
wanna
to
hear it.
But it's a food karma
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
I
I love it. Okay, I've got an update.
love it. Ooh, nice.
Not the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, sorry, top comment. Not
Yeah.
the asshole. It's your food. You could have put your medicine in it or even put your pet's medicine in it, and you could have put a laxative or
Yeah.
even syrup
Yeah.
or an IBKEK?
Oh,
IBKEK?
We'll see.
IBKEK.
it's something that makes you like puke.
No idea.
It's
IBKEK.
yeah,
IPECAC.
Ipecac.
Yeah. Ipecac. Ipecac.
It's something that makes you puke.
Okay. So even put a syrup of IBKEK.
Ipecac.
And I would have still said not the asshole. When people steal food, lie about it, and don't even replace it, they reap what they sow.
Yeah.
Food is expensive, especially milk substitutes. Without replacing the food, he was essentially stealing right from your wallet.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I have a confession.
What?
Oh.
What?
I stole someone's pizza one time.
You what?
Who?
Wait, what?
There was my last work at there was
Oh,
in
wow.
Parkview.
Wow.
Parkview. It was okay. So there's the fridge, communal fridges, and there's a rule that if you leave stuff in there for too long, the cleaners are gonna throw it out. There was a pizza box of Little Caesars pizza that was in there, and it had been in there for 2 days. So I'm like, this is the day that it's gonna get thrown out because it hasn't been eaten.
You were keeping track?
Yeah, because I saw it in there, and I was like, oh shit.
That's premeditated intent.
No.
Yeah.
It was in there yesterday, and then I saw it the next day, and I'm like, okay, I guess this was like leftover. Somebody forgot it. They're not gonna eat it. Blah blah blah. So I'm like, fuck. Okay, like my lunch kind of sucks today. It's fucking chicken and rice. Whatever. And I took a slice out of the box. There's like 1.5 slices left, so I took the one good slice and whatever the other one, and I ate it. Yeah, well, then it turns out it was Daniel's, and he confronted me, and he
He knew it
shamed
was
me.
you?
He shamed. Well, he went to the cameras and he checked the cameras. And he's like, "Who took my fucking lunch?"
Bro, I would have
And I'm
passed
like-
away with embarrassment.
Yep, I did.
Is that why you don't work there anymore?
No, I did pass her the embarrassment, and I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. I thought it was going in the garbage. It's been there for 2 days. I thought it was old and nobody was gonna eat it anymore, man. I am sorry. I will buy you lunch. Do you want me to order you a pizza right now? Let me know. Like, I will fix that shit for you. I'm sorry. I honestly thought it was garbage. I didn't mean to steal anybody's lunch. It's been in there for 2 days. I thought it was garbage.
2 days is not that long.
No.
No, but it's you don't
But
usually leave a prep.
But if you know
lunch.
the cleaning staff's coming in on a
Yeah.
certain day, you know that
Yeah.
the fridge is going to be cleaned out.
Yeah, so I was like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is garbage. Nobody's ate it. And because, to be fair, a lot of fucking time, the guys are kind of rude. They order a pizza for themselves. They don't eat it all. And if there's a slice or two left, they literally leave it fucking out on the table in the fucking lunchroom. They're like, whoever wants this slice of pizza can have it. Like, I'm done with my lunch. Like, whoever wants it can have it. The cleaners can have it. Or they, like, leave their fucking box for the cleaner to throw out. And sometimes the cleaner just put it into the fridge because it's still good food. So I didn't know it was his. I didn't know what happened with this. I thought it was that situation where it was like, people just not cleaning up after themselves. Like, it's whatever. There was like one fucking slice in there, 1.5 slices or 2 slices or whatever. So I thought it was that kind of situation. Yeah, I got shamed for it, and with rightfully so, and I don't think I'll ever. It was like one of the only times I've
Lesson
ever taken
learned.
something.
Yeah.
Fucking lesson learned, man. Fuck.
I'm kind of looking at you differently now. I'm judging.
Watch your pizza, people.
What? What? Is there something else? What?
Oh, no.
I don't even want to hear it.
I'm
What is
into
this? Is this? What is it?
Okay, so when I worked at Tormont Cat
Oh my god.
years ago, I used to be on the.
I love that you name your jobs.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
company
So
of where you
shameless.
fucked up.
There was I worked the night shift. I worked like the late shift. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon till like 3 a.m. because I would do like 4 hours of overtime. So the shift was like 2:30 till 11, and then I'd do 4 hours of OT into 3 a.m. So it would get to the point where it's like 1 a.m. Nobody's in the building. Like, there's a couple cleaners. There's a couple people on my shift. Maybe like 2-3 other people. We're in the warehouse area. There's like the corporate offices. And one time I was just super bored and I was just walking around. And I came across, I was wondering what's over there. I like to explore. I wonder what's over there. And then I come across some like boardroom meeting. And then just outside the boardroom, there's all these fucking snacks and shit. And they're
you
like
didn't.
little
You
granola
didn't.
bars
No,
and stuff. And I used to like snap a little granola bar.
It
or,
was
like,
pre-set
snap a little
up, wasn't
candy.
it?
No, it's stuff left over from board meetings. Like, you could
Oh.
tell it was leftovers. Not like a perfectly set up thing for the
I
next
was
day.
like,
It was
you're an
like
asshole.
it was like there's 1 or 2 left. Like, there was like little snacks left from that day's board meeting. So I used to go up around 2 a.m. on a regular basis and see if there's any free snacks up in the corporate side of the building.
Denver has it.
Yeah, I do have it. So I used to go up and see if there's any free snacks on the corporate side of the building. I got a lot of
Used
free
to sneak
snacks.
for snacks.
I used
Yeah,
to
you're a
sneak-
fiend.
I used to sneak for snacks.
snacks.
Yeah, I did. I did. I got a lot of free
You're a
snacks over those 4
sneaker.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I knew that wasn't anybody's dedicated lunch or anything. It was leftover snacks from corporate meetings.
It was just provided.
Yeah. Nobody else was eating it. So I knew I was not doing anything bad.
Okay.
Technically. In a kind of way. Like in the gray area.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move along from my shameful sins. I hope you guys are very privileged to know these because only the full episode listeners get these juicy details about our life.
Ooh.
Yeah, like we're not going to clip that into a TikTok. That's just, you're only going to get into
I've
it.
not even heard that before.
Yeah,
so.
you're only going to get into that if you're 2 hours into our full episode. So, there you go.
Okay.
Megan's
Megan,
reading one now.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Okay, I'm going to read Am I the Asshole for Laughing at My Cousin After She Had an Absolute Meltdown After Her Boss Saw Her Buying Toilet Paper at Costco.
I only buy them in large cases.
Everybody needs toilet paper, man.
Okay, first post on this sub, using a throwaway. Yesterday, I tagged along with my cousin on her trip to Costco. She has always been very high-strung, but for the most part, we were having a nice time. As we were at the checkout line, a very pleasant man in his 50s or 60s came and said hello. My cousin introduced him as a man who owns the company she works for. I sort of stood by as they had some normal small talk, and he even complimented her on helping out with a huge sale, even though she's not in sales. And he said that they were still working out what bonus she was going to get, but it was going to take more time than they initially thought. I mean, all in all, it seemed like a great interaction to have with the boss when you see them out in public. Shortly after he left, she started almost hyperventilating, saying, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. I had no idea what she was talking about, and then she started saying, we have to leave, we have to get out of here. That was horrible. I said I had $300 worth of groceries and I can't come to Costco and leave. She actually walked away and sat at the food court, and I was so lost, but her leaving caused an even bigger scene because I had to go find her and I needed to scan her membership card. She was in absolute hysterics at this point, and even the cashier asked if she was okay or if they could get her some water. We paid and walked out, and she appeared to be so physically weak. I told her to lay down in the back seat so I would load everything, and then we would drive. As I was driving, I finally asked her what was going on, and she screamed, my boss just saw me buying toilet paper. Do you know how humiliating that is? I actually thought I misheard her, so I said, wait, this whole thing is over toilet paper? She screamed, yes, I'm probably going to get fired. I asked her if she seriously thought she was going to get fired for buying toilet paper, and she said yes, that she can't let anyone at work know about her private life. I told her I doubt he even noticed, and I also doubt he thinks about you and your bathroom habits. But he probably also assumes she shits and pisses like everyone else. She then screamed back, your job is so easy, you couldn't possibly understand the pressure I'm under at work. I'm going to lose it. At this point, I lost it and started laughing harder than I knew was possible. Not only was it ridiculous, but I also felt like she was attacking me instead of going back and forth. I felt like finding humor, and it was the only way to go. She said, you're actually laughing at me? You're an asshole. I do you a huge favor, and you're laughing at me? She got to my house, dropped me off, and sped off with my groceries. I called my aunt to make sure that they at least got put in the fridge, and my aunt said my cousin overreacted. I'll probably need to apologize to be able to get my stuff. Am I the asshole?
No. Bro, that's normal life.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, what are you
Everybody
embarrassed
has to go to the
about?
bathroom.
Like your
Yo.
boss knows you need toilet paper.
Yeah.
Low key, I still get nervous about buying toilet paper.
It's recession proof.
What?
No, I still get nervous.
The other day I was at Sobeys and the toilet paper was $10 off. It was half price. It was normally $21.99.
Since when is fucking toilet paper $21?
Yeah, well, that too. It's
Yeah.
fucking
Sobeys
bullshit.
is pretty
Sobeys is
expensive.
fucked. It's
I buy it off
$21.99
Amazon
is
for
$10
$8
So when
bucks.
you get 50% off, you
That
double
sounds
up.
great. I did. I bought two.
We did.
I bought-
Yeah,
There's
Denver
only-
was carrying them like
There
this
was only
home.
2 left on the shelf, and I grabbed
You're
both
like,
of them.
I need
Whoa, never seen toilet paper this discounted before. I'll stock it up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I get home, I'm like, fuck, where am I putting this?
Yeah, we don't
I have it
have room.
like behind my washer.
It's like in the cupboard. Teresa goes to grab glass, grabs the toilet paper.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no.
it's just normal.
It's normal.
I know it's normal. I just still get like awkward about it. Like if I have to go pick up,
Really?
yeah, that's why I have it off Amazon and I get it delivered.
Wait, that's so
That's
Or
smart.
or I take my man with me and have him pick it up.
That's smart.
I've never thought twice about it. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know it was anything to be insecure
I
about
would
at
say I
all.
used to be insecure, but then like
It doesn't go in a bag.
As I've gotten
You're like-
older, I'm
Yeah.
like,
You have to
yes,
own that shit.
it's on sale. I'm getting 2.
I've never been insecure about
Me
toilet paper.
either. Never.
Oh.
It's
Low-key,
like
that
condoms are
happened.
like the only thing where
Which
I
one?
walk condoms.
Condoms,
where I
yeah.
walk up or like
Pregnancy test.
Plan B or pregnancy test. Those are the awkward.
Yeah.
Those are the awkward ones.
That-
Teresa's
Rightfully so.
like pregnancy test. She's like,
Anybody
I'm
know?
going to the car. I'm going to
You
the
do
car.
it. You fucking do it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do
doing
do it. I do it.
You like check the aisle to see if anybody else is in the aisle
Yeah.
with you.
You're like, can I just? I don't even
He's
want to come
by
in
like
the
the
store.
toothpaste because they always put the toothpaste next to like the pregnancy test. Oh, what?
How
Do
did
I
that
need
get-
healthy gums?
How did that get in there? Oops. How did that get in there? Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Not the asshole.
Overall hope
Yeah.
is not the
Not the
asshole, yeah.
asshole.
Top comment. Holy shit, your cousin uses toilet paper? As in she goes to the bathroom? Yes. She's definitely getting fired, as her boss will never be able to look at her without imagining her on the toilet. So sad. But she's the only person in the entire world who produces bodily waste, and it's just too difficult to get our minds around that. Obviously not the asshole, as that's stupid as fuck. But perhaps you invited her rage by making her feel every ounce of stupidity she deserved.
Yeah.
She was clearly overreacting, but unless she's a known faker, those huge feelings were real, and she probably felt like she deserved to keep the shred of dignity she had left after making such a scene. I don't really agree with that.
Well, I mean, if
I
they're at
think she made
Costco,
a
they're buying
scene.
like a whole bulk size of fucking
Yeah,
toilet
like, you're
paper.
gonna get
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Getting a month or 2.
like she's a major pooper.
Stacking up.
like paper towels for months.
It's not like the boss overheard her saying like, I go through this in 1 week.
Yeah.
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 Let's not say anything embarrassing. Like,
No, she's fine.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when I buy it, I'm still like, okay, you just gotta do it. Like, everybody poops. Everybody poops.
oh my god.
Everybody poops. It's normal.
This is
Everybody
normal.
poops.
Yeah.
It's just an uncomfortable thing. It never goes in a bag. You just have to like I said, you have
You're
to haul it.
hoisting
You have to
Yeah.
haul it.
You're hauling it.
You're hauling it. So,
It's not
and it's
small.
awkward too. So it's the one that you're always like trying to like.
Yeah, it's big.
So you gotta poke your finger in it and like.
I always put my fingers through the
But that's what I
plastic.
mean. It's just
That's
awkward.
how I
It's just
carry
awkward
it.
to carry. So
Yeah.
it's like you're definitely like emphasizing I'm carrying shit wipe right now.
Yeah. I like to think that like toilet paper and paper towel, they look the exact same.
Yeah.
They feel very different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I got a question
So
for you.
true.
I got a question for you, Megan. Do you buy 1-ply, 2-ply, or 3-ply?
Ultra Lux, whatever it is. I
That
think it's
tells
a
us
three.
what tax bracket she's in.
Ooh, that sounds like 3-ply. I don't know. I don't even know what we buy.
I think it's a 3-ply.
I think we buy 2.
Charmin's. I think we buy Charmin's.
Yeah. We buy Charmin.
Whatever's
I
on
think it's
sale.
I think it's
Yeah.
2, yeah.
2 is normal.
2 bare minimum.
Yeah. Oh, what is 1-ply? Fucking-
Not
Wait,
nail
they
proof.
have one ply? I didn't know
Well,
that
1-ply
existed.
is the industrial one when you go to
Yeah.
Oh,
The
when you go to
airport.
the air. No,
Airports.
actually,
Yeah.
Schools.
schools. The
Schools
airport was
had it.
That's
Scotch.
sandpaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's literal sandpaper.
They don't sell 1-ply in the grocery
No.
store.
You
One
want to know
ply
who
is usually
uses 1-ply?
industrial.
It's people with sub pumps.
With what?
Sump pumps.
Oh yeah.
What's
Like
that?
that
Like where they put it in the trash can. We were talking about this in the last episode.
van life, Teresa.
No.
Ugh.
I'm getting upgraded. I'll upgrade the toilet system in our RV.
Sure,
that I
sure.
Are you gonna
inherited
give her
from
more
my brother.
tickets
Sure.
Yeah.
to
Do I get
ride
more
this ride?
tickets?
I'll just teach her how she can empty the fucking
And
black.
no, you
black
can teach her
bin.
how to fold.
No, I'll teach her to empty the black. I'll teach her how to empty the black side, black
No.
tank, and then she'll be more conservative.
She's
not
just a
doing that.
girl.
I'm just a girl.
She's just a girl.
just a baby and a girl.
All right, you keep your job, and I'll do all the RV stuff.
Honestly, to not go to the blacks.
Deal. Say deal.
Black
Say
empty,
deal,
yeah.
Teresa. I will do
Yeah,
podcast stuff.
because that sits.
All right. This one, trigger warning, is not safe for work. So if you are
God.
playing our podcast, blasting it at work, you might want to tone it down a little bit for this one.
Yeehaw.
Today, I fucked up. My mom reminded me of my worst masturbation story. So, I was 13 years old on this Saturday afternoon. My dad just left to go to the computer store to bring it back because I gave the computer aids with LimeWire. My mom told me I had to clean my room, so I go downstairs empty my dirty laundry basket, and get the vacuum cleaner to bring it up to start cleaning. I vacuum the floor and I use the hose to get along the baseboard. As I run the hose along the baseboard, an idea hits me.
No.
The ultimate blowjob simulator happened in the
No.
downstairs coat closet this whole time. I was experiencing severe wank withdrawal from not masturbating for 3 long days before my grandmother. For 3 long days because my grandma visited and I had to sleep on the couch while she slept in my bed. I was ready to take the edge off. I go to the bathroom hoping my dad restocked on Vaseline or lotion after I told him, yes, I used it on all my skin. After I told him, yes, I used it all on my skin because it's really dry, Dad. But no luck. So I settled with a jar of icy hot and I locked my bedroom door. I whipped my wiener out and debate on looking at the J.C. Penney's women's underwear catalog tucked under my mattress.
This is in the 90s for sure.
Or starting up my PlayStation 2 doing the glitch of Resident Evil 4 where I could see up Ashley's skirt. You kids today have it made. We couldn't just go onto our smartphones and look up whatever we wanted. The decision was tough, so I decided to use my imagination. I wipe out the inside of the hose and start up the vacuum
Oh
cleaner.
my god.
Shove the hose on my pee-pee, and it makes the loudest fart sound After I'm finished laughing my ass off, I rub on more icy hot.
Fuck.
As I rub on the
That's
icy hot and thrust into the vacuum hose, it was impossible to keep a boner when laughing at the loud fart sounds the suction made. So I put my earphones in and I turned up my MP3 player. Here I am, eyes shut, sitting on the edge of my bed, listening to Black Eyed Peas, thinking that the hot redhead girl in my math class and getting my first blowjob. My balls start to feel like they're on fire from the icy hot, but I ignore the burn and I start thrusting faster.
Oh my god.
I finish and
That's
I
hilarious.
feel an incredible amount of relief. And even better, I didn't have to clean up the aftermath. I think I will start calling you Mrs. Dirty Devil.
Please.
I take out my earphones and I pull the vacuum hose off. I look down and I see that my dick is fucking purple.
Karma.
What the fuck did you like? Anyone use that attachment before? Like actually use what it's supposed to be for? They're like, that big. Like of course it's gonna be purple.
Oh my god. Oh, he fucked up.
I start.
It's gonna expand.
I start smacking it to make the color go away, but I couldn't feel the smacks. It was numb, and I started flipping out thinking my wiener was gonna fall off. What have I done?
Oh my god.
I run down the stairs screaming, and my mom runs into the living room saying, "What's wrong, honey? I went to pee and my wiener is purple now." "What do you mean it's purple? It's purple and I can't feel it." She was trying not to laugh, yet worried. The thought of leaving surgery after getting my dead wiener chopped off went through my mind, and I tell her, I was vacuuming my room, and I used the
No.
vacuum on my wiener to see if it would tickle. She looked disgusted and tells me, "Well, you probably cut your circulation off, son. Why the hell would you try something so stupid?" My mom tells me she's calling the hospital and looks around for the phone. I run in the downstairs bathroom, pull down my shorts, and my penis wasn't Barney the dinosaur purple anymore. I wash the icy hot off my balls and take deep breaths. Thankfully, I wasn't going to spend the rest of my life without a penis. Mom, it's not purple anymore. Well, when my dad came home and knocked on my door, he asked what I was really doing with the vacuum. And he didn't believe my tickle story. Even after the third time, I swore that's all I was doing. We had an embarrassing talk about how my body is changing and how he used to hide inside the barn and whack off when he was my age. He patted me on the back, picked up the vacuum, letting the hose drag across the floor, and left the room. My parents threw out Mrs. Dirty Devil and got a new vacuum
Thank God.
that I had
Alfred.
to ask for permission to use it. It was pretty embarrassing, and I wish I didn't run to my mom asking for help. But how else would you react if your wiener turned purple and you thought it was going to fall off? That's it.
Oh my God. Thank God they threw it away.
Yeah. Thank God they got a new one.
Yo,
Oh,
some person on the side of the street thinking they got a fine though.
Got a fucking
Oh
deal.
my God.
One man's
Look at
trash,
me.
another man's treasure.
Stop. Can you imagine?
It smells Cut that.
Oh!
Cut
Oh!
Oh, they're
Cut
gonna
that.
clean it.
Cut
Oh
that.
my God!
Cut
No, we're
that.
not cutting that.
Cut that.
We'll leave that in.
Professional.
Oh my God.
Top comment. Man, I'm surprised you just kept going after using Hycion. I still remember
Yeah.
my friend coming to school and casually mentioning he put Hycion on his balls last night. I cried was all he would tell us.
Bro, that's like putting like insect repellent like on your.
Oh my God.
Have you never been camping?
No.
No. And you
Oh,
like spray
man.
that shit everywhere, like and you spray your hands so it doesn't get, and then you go to the bathroom and you like wipe. It's like burning. No.
No.
Okay, just me.
If I am not alone, mosquitoes do not bother me.
Bro, mosquitoes don't bother me at
They
all.
don't bother me.
Bro, if I'm by
It's
myself in the
Cthulhu
woods,
blood.
it's like our blood or something. They literally leave us the fuck
If
alone.
I'm by
When are
my-
you sitting by yourself in the woods?
You're
if I'm
going
by
for a
myself-
walk, you're building
No,
a fire,
if I'm by myself,
forest,
they bother
fire,
me.
fire by yourself.
No, no,
A
no.
whole forest.
No, if
my
I'm
bad.
with,
Just fire in the forest.
no, if I'm with someone else, if I'm by myself, they'll bother me. But if I'm with one other person, they will annoy the shit out of that other person.
Oh,
and
they
not
just
bother me.
They just never bother me ever.
Yeah, they just don't. I don't know.
Yeah, never have that issue.
Ice blood.
Fucking hilarious.
Ice blood.
Was that a good story, guys?
Yes.
That's a
It was
great
good.
story.
This is
It was
good.
good.
Appropriate for this episode, I think.
Okay, you guys choose the title.
Like go balls to the wall.
I made a dude get his nuts waxed on the first date after he lied to me. Or ruin my wedding to propose. I'll ruin your proposal.
No, go with the nut wax.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, before Teresa gets into her story, I have a PSA. Are we leaving that in?
What's PSA?
A public service announcement.
Public service announcement. Okay.
We're going to leave that in, Megan, for your shame. Or embarrassment.
smells.
Yeah, right
Hey, as
in
long as
there.
you're not making me carry toilet paper, I'm good.
No shame otherwise.
That's amazing.
No shame in my game.
All right, here's my PSA.
Oh my God.
That's number 6 for me now.
This is the third time you've done it. I'm still intently listening to you like you're going to say something important.
All
Okay.
right.
This one comes from Petty Revenge. I made a dude get his nuts waxed on the first date after he lied to me. When I was in my early 20s and online dating was just starting, I made a profile and said I was not going to be into two things: smokers and people with kids. Just that. You could be anything else, and if the chemistry is there, we are all good. I meet this guy early in the morning for breakfast date, and we are hitting it off averagely. No sparks, but no red flags. The date goes for 2.5 hours, breakfast taking forever, until we are splitting the bill and he tells me he has a kid. I ask him if he read my profile to know that I was not interested in that, and he says, yes, I read that, but knew that if you would spend the time with me, see how great I am, and how you'd be willing to see past that. I was floored, as now he wasted 3 hours of my life and was okay with being a liar. That was unacceptable to me. I said, well, I don't want this date to end, but I do have to go across town to get my Brazilian, where they take off all the hair, including the bumhole. Done in an hour. Want to come with me to get one too? It's not painful. A total lie. And I think it's attractive on men to be clean there. No pressure, but I'm pretty busy the rest of the week, and this is my only free day. He was all about following me anywhere. I told the ladies that this was his first time and that they should take everything, including the butt. He held my hand between a curtain, and we both got them done at the same time. He screamed a lot, but was a champ and went through with it. I made him pay for his own and never called him again. If you are out there, Chris, please don't lie to women on the first date. It's really bad. It's a really bad way to start the relationship.
Oh my God, I cannot imagine the pain. Never mind the balls. You know how much hair on guys grows in between the balls in your ass? It's fucking gross.
I have no idea.
So much. Oh my
She's
God.
None whatsoever.
Oh my God.
Couldn't even imagine it.
That's insane. Poor guy. That would be so,
Hey, I mean,
so much
girls
pain.
also grow hair there, and it hurts too.
Yeah, you grow some hair there, but like it's like tenfold on guys, I swear.
Honestly, I think if my partner had nothing there, I'd be scared. I'd be like, what? Like, why are you frequently flying in this area?
You'd
That somebody
have more
told
questions.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. It fucking hurts either way.
Oh yeah, it hurts either way.
It hurts either way.
That's some smart karma.
Guys or
though.
girls,
Yeah.
laser all the way.
Yeah. Like, I think,
Yeah.
like, in the next, like, year or so, definitely laser.
It's some smart karma that she
Laser
laid
hair
down there.
removal.
Laser for sure.
Fuck
I've
waxing.
waxed my eyebrows, like, once, and I was like, not really for me.
No.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say.
Times 100.
I would be
down
like-
that
And
section.
and I heard you have to, like, assume the position.
Oh, yeah, you gotta
some people
open
will.
everything.
Not
Yeah.
just
In
the
your butt
clam.
cheeks.
Yeah, they're
You,
like
you
lift
have
the
to go, like,
leg.
face down, ass
Yeah,
up.
They're like lift.
Oh,
And
I've
it's like,
never done
can you imagine
that.
walking into fucking some like nail salon and being like, oh, you do Brazilian wax, okay? And you go in, and it's like
doggy style.
just some woman you just literally met, and you're like, hey, and she's like, okay, face down, ass up.
Yeah, that takes a lot. That takes a lot.
Starts giving you the powder. Like,
That takes a lot. She ghosted him, but I guarantee you, on that dude's next hookup, that chick would have been like, "Oh damn, there's fucking nothing down here."
There is a small edit. Wow. Well, it seems like most people have had 3 general reactions. 1, this is delightfully petty. 2, you're a horrible person, plus other explicitives. And 3, this is fake. 1, thank you for all the validation that online dating sucks for all genders and you shouldn't go into it with a lie. 2, yeah, I am a horrible person. 3, it's not fake, but you can think so if you want. When I was in my early 20s, I did a lot of things I would still do now, and some I wouldn't. And to all those sending me messages, calling me nasty things behind your keyboards, this is petty revenge. So you came here for this shit.
I will say that sometimes it's okay to be an asshole, and I don't understand why anybody sends private PMs and direct messages to people after they made a post. Like, just read the post, make your comment on the post, and leave them the fuck alone. Unless you have some genuine advice. Who the... Oops, sorry. Teresa, clip that.
we're leaving that in.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you for, like, privately messaging somebody and attacking them?
Yeah, I know.
Like, man, just, like, say your piece. If you want to attack them, whatever. If you're an idiot and asshole, say your piece in the thread. But don't fucking DM them being like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's like some keyboard warrior shit.
Yeah,
Like, to
that's
be like,
fucked up.
because nobody else can see it. Because if I say it, I know I'm gonna get ripped apart. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
maybe just don't speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Save your shit. But then, if people didn't speak, we wouldn't have a podcast. So, talk your shit on Reddit. We'll
true.
Yeah, but
bring
put
up.
it in the public comments. Don't
Yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
like hide it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Don't hide behind the
Curtain.
DM cloak.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
She definitely had a right to be mad though.
Oh, yeah.
He lied.
Oh, for sure. It was great petty revenge.
He thought
I'm
that
all for it.
she was gonna be sucked in.
Yeah.
There was,
Once you get to know me, you'll fall in love with me. Like, fuck off, buddy.
The fact that you just pointed right at me.
no, because you're laughing.
Bro, I don't want
Like,
to be a
you're
stepmom. I don't want to be a stepmom. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's a hard no.
That's a huge thing.
It's a huge
to
thing.
compromise on. Like
Waxing your taint is a huge thing.
I'm surprised he did it. He's
Yeah.
gonna,
yeah, literally.
Like he literally risked it for the biscuit.
yeah. Even though it didn't work out with her, I guarantee you he's getting brownie points with the next chick.
Yeah.
But you know what's gonna happen? The next chick he hooked up with, there's gonna be an expectation set. He's gonna have to
Can't
keep.
go every month.
He's gonna have to keep fucking getting. He's going back to Cynthia at that fucking
weeks.
nail salon.
Nails
to
for
get
you.
that shit done. Oh, you.
Nice one, nails.
All right. Any top comment or anything on that?
Top comment, quotations. You told me it wouldn't hurt. Yes, but I knew that if you just spent some time on it, you'd be able to see past that. He's joking.
Fuck.
Man down.
Woo. Shit. Man,
Yeah.
these core seltzers are very delicious.
By White White.
Hey,
It's
they're
very
not
good.
paying us. Don't say that.
Anybody who's listening to this who works for Molson Canadians and Coors and you're in the marketing department, hit us up. You can pay us to drink them more. All right.
All right, moving along.
Last story of the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
It's late.
It's late. It's like almost 11 o'clock here. So my last story is coming from AITAH. Am I the asshole for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling? I, 34 female, have recently ran into a situation with my husband, 37 male, and I am curious about if I am the asshole here or not. So, me and my husband have been together for 8 years, married for 7. When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day / escape fund if the worst came to worst. My husband has never showed any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset. But the way my mother talked about it seemed like a no-brainer to do. When me and my husband got together, we agreed I would be a stay-at-home wife. We are both child-free, so that was never a concern. My husband made a comfortable mid-six-figure salary. All was good until about 2 years ago when he was injured at work in a near-fatal accident. Between hospital bills and a lawsuit that we lost that ate up nearly all of our savings, I took a part-time job while my husband was recovering. But when he fully recovered, we transitioned back into me being unemployed as my husband insisted that it was his role to provide. He currently is working 2 full-time jobs and Ubers on his days off to keep us afloat. So here is where I might be the asshole. I do all of the expense managing and have continued to put money into my escape account. Although I did significantly decrease it from $750 a month to only $200 a month. My husband came home exhausted one night and asked about downsizing because the stress of work was going to kill him. I told him downsizing would not be an option as I had spent so many years making our house a home, and I offered to go back to work. He tried to be nice, but basically told me that going back to work wasn't going to be enough. After an argument, my husband went through our finances to see where we could cut back. He was confused when he saw that I had regular, reoccurring withdrawals leading back for years, and he asked me about it. Well, I broke down and revealed my money to him, which now sits at $47,000. After I told him all of this, he just broke down sobbing.
Poor guy.
His point of view is that I treated him like a predator, and I hid money from him for years, even when he was at his lowest. I told him that the money was a precaution I would have taken with any partner and not specific to him. He left the house to stay with his brother and said I hurt him on every possible level. But my mom says this is exactly what the money is for, and I should bail now. am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000% yes.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
In sickness and in health, and you're gonna let him run himself through the lawyers and all that, like, court stuff, and like him making himself like stressed out to the point where he's like, we have to downsize, and you're sitting on a lump sum of like a nest egg. It wasn't just an escape fund, it was supposed to be a rainy day. This is a rainy fucking day, and if you're not going to support your partner in that shit, then get the fuck out.
Yep.
What kind of partner are you?
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
50
Come for me in
Gs.
the comments.
No, I
50
100%
grand.
agree.
I
Yeah.
agree. You're a partner. You're a team. There's a difference between, like, okay, you have a little bit of your own checking account,
couple
$1,000 and stuff.
Like 6,000 to 46,000 is a huge ball gap.
But you are essentially a partnership, a team. He is the at work. He goes to work. He provides. You do the home life.
You were a
do the family.
wife.
Stay-at-home
You
wife.
did fuck all.
Not even a stay-at-home mom.
Like, no offense.
Like,
Stay-at-home
you're
wife.
a stay-at-home
Yeah.
wife.
What did you do?
And you're
Pilates.
taking $750. That's huge a month, and putting it into this rainy day fund.
So that's his money that he.
It's his money.
That's
So you were
fucked.
stealing from your husband.
You are stealing.
Essentially.
If you were taking it out of the joint account and putting it into your account that he doesn't have access to, that is stealing.
He needs to leave her.
Oh my god, that's insane.
He needs to convince her to put that money back into the joint
Well,
account.
I don't think there's convincing. I think
Then he
there's
needs
just
to
like
leave her.
a very deep conversation ahead of them.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think I could trust
wait,
you again.
I would
It
know.
was
There's
her,
no
it was
way.
her
No-
mother. Was
no
it her
financial
mother that
trust.
convinced her to
Yeah,
do this?
her
Yeah.
mother.
Oh, her mother's a fucking bat. Time to go.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, who sets their daughter up and says,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, by the way, like, just so you know, have a getaway, like, runaway free, like, get out of jail free card." Like,
Yeah.
no,
like, I can kind of understand that part because sometimes
no, you should have
you
financial
never,
independence.
yeah, you should
Yeah.
have financial
At some-
independence.
at some point.
You never know. Truly, on a low key scale, we are still strangers.
We say that all the time.
No. One of us says that all the time. Not both of us. That's not a we. Teresa says we're fucking strangers. So
Sometimes I'm like, what? You're like, we're living together. We're engaged, but like, I didn't know you 7 years ago. You're a fucking stranger.
So sometimes in a low key way, like you never actually know anybody. Everybody, you're independent. You can't be inside someone's brain. Anybody can flip a switch at any time. I'm not saying you need to have a bailout fund, but it is important, I feel like, to have that financial independent.
Yes.
So you're not financially dependent
If you
on
want
that
that,
person.
yeah.
So that if you need to leave, if anything does become bad, you are capable
You
of
can
leaving.
walk away.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's different from literally stealing
Yes.
$750
Exactly.
per month and putting $50,000 away into a fund that he can't touch, and then he has been working 2 jobs and Ubering, is broken down, and not once have you been like, it's not even like, oh, I offered it to him and now my secret came out. It's literally like he found out when he finally said, I need to see where we can
Yeah.
cut back.
Yeah.
And so you have literally been betraying him this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want that fund for safety, like for a safety net, earn it yourself. Make
Or-
that money yourself.
But like, why does it need to be $750 a month?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like-
Or if you want it, have that conversation with your husband, being like, maybe don't say it's so that I can run away. Say that, hey, like if I'm agreeing to be the stay-at-home wife, if you don't want me to work, which honestly, if you don't have kids, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, it's
no
wild,
offense, Teresa.
wild.
I would
What do you
love
mean,
to.
no offense to Teresa.
You're my partner. I would love it if you were the stay-at-home wife, but like I don't understand that if you're not taking care of kids, why do you just get to do nothing while I'm going to work every day and then you get?
Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, I would love to do that too. So why is that fair if you
But
get to do
I agree
it?
with
No.
Denver on that. Like, unless you have like
Kids.
unless you have a surplus of money where it's like it's not going to stress your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's like
yeah.
I love being the CFO of my job and I really don't want you to work. I want you to be a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah.
How is that even fair in a relationship?
Meanwhile, you're
Yeah.
also like my at-home assistant. Like, you make sure I get to my functions,
Yeah,
like my
exactly.
high-profile job
Yeah,
shit. Like,
yeah.
But if you're not like
doing anything.
something, yeah, if it's just to take care of yourself,
And if
Yeah.
that's outside of
wild.
my personal opinion, I don't think that's fair. But if that's what you want for your life and your relationship, maybe that's a conversation that you can have as a wife, being like, listen, if this is what you want from me, and I'm not allowed to have a job and earn my own money, can I have an allowance of X amount per month that I can put into my own savings account that I can do what I want. Maybe $47,000 isn't a I'm going to leave you money. Maybe this is my Mercedes-Benz money that I'm going to buy in 3 more years type of money. Or this is my projects that I want to do. I haven't wanted to do anything and I'm saving up for something big. Like, have that conversation with your husband and make sure that he's okay so that he knows every month you're taking out X amount, whatever it is that you agree on, 200, 700, whatever it is. He knows where the finances are going. So like what you were doing was essentially stealing it from him. He had no idea. It was hidden from him. He goes and checks his finance. He trusts you to take care of all that stuff. And he comes to find out that you've just been fucking him for 7 years. Wild.
Yeah, there's no way you can like trust again.
I could never trust you again. I would leave you.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely divorce worthy.
My number one priority would be like convincing you that everything's okay. So you put the money back in the joint account, and as soon as it hits the joint account, transfer it into an account with my name and buy.
Yeah, yeah.
You wanna fuck on me?
That's massive betrayal of a trust.
Yeah.
The fact that he's like literally
Working himself to death.
like increasing his
so
level
sad.
of heart attack, increasing his level of stress, like
Yeah.
to the max, just to make sure that they're both happy. And she's like, like get.
And he's like,
get your head checked. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
and he's like, can we get rid of this 4-bedroom house
Like, this
that we
isn't
have
a
by
partnership.
ourselves?
This is a dictatorship
Yeah.
at this point.
Like, can we?
Am I living in a communist community?
Like, can we sell this 4-bedroom house that we do nothing with and go get a 2-bedroom condo and cut our expenses in 1/3? Nope, I made this our home.
Yeah, I did not like that comment either.
Yeah, we are not allowed to downsize. You need to continue working. Although she did offer to go back to work, so I'll give her a little bit of grain of salt. But everything you've been doing
like,
for
after how
7
many
years
years?
has been a
What are you
betrayal. Everything you've been doing for the last 7 years has been betrayal of trust. Skimming out $700
She should
is
have
a
just
lot.
been honest with her from the very start and said, "Hey, this is what it is.
Like, I need my own money. If you don't want me to work, I need an account with my money that I
It
can
makes
do
me
things in
feel
the future.
financially, secure
I
in
can-
case anything ever happened."
Or if I want to purchase something in the future, if I want to do
but the
something.
fact that it was labeled as a runaway fund,
exactly
Yeah.
sketchy.
yeah,
Like, I would.
like you're planning for failure.
You're planning for failure. Exactly. You'll
You
never have
plan to
success if
fail.
you're planning to fail.
That's how it goes.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good.
She's a twat.
Yeah, literally.
Well, way to end on a depressing note.
Was there any comments?
Top comment: this can't be real. I refuse to accept that anyone could be this obtuse and casually cruel to a person who cared for them and about them to the point of a breakdown. Seriously, I'd feel much better if you came on here and said, "Just kidding."
Yeah.
No, because now I think about like every Uber driver who comes to me and being like, "Oh, here's your order," and me, Mom, like, "Is your wife taking advantage of you?"
Yeah, exactly. Should I end it on a good note? I have a different kind of funny story. It's a little short.
Might as well.
Sure.
All right, let's end this episode on a good night.
Yeah, that was depressing.
This is probably a
That was
record-breaking
sad.
episode for how long it's going to be. We're getting close to 3 hours here, so I hope you guys have been enjoying it. If you have, smash the like button on YouTube, and let's get into the next video. I shaved my head, and my wife cried all night long and won't even look at me anymore. Hi, everyone. I am a 33-year-old male, and I feel like I need to share this with someone. This was the day before yesterday. We had just had a long talk about our financial situation, and I pointed out that we could save some money if I just shaved my head instead of going to a barber shop. She agreed that would indeed save us money, so I decided that I would go about it in the same evening since my hair was getting on my nerves. Said and done, we have a trimmer at home, and it took me about 15 minutes. I'm quite good looking and never had any issues with the ladies in any way. But when I got out of the bathroom feeling quite good about myself, she wouldn't even look at me. I laughed, of course, thought she was just being silly. So I hugged her from behind, took her hand, and put it on my head. She immediately took it back and shivered, whereas I, too, took a step back. She then started crying and kept on doing so the entire night. At first, I felt devastated that my wife would react this way to something that I was actually feeling quite good about. We tried talking about it in the same night, and she felt ashamed of how she reacted, but she couldn't help it. We eventually held each other and we fell asleep. The next day, I got home from work, and I noticed she still wouldn't look at me.
Oh my god.
I got more and more annoyed as the evening progressed until I went to bed alone. The next day, I texted her from work explaining why I seemed irritated last night, and she still replied that she understands and feels ashamed of her behavior. But I'm not having it. If something is fucking trivial as a haircut can make someone who claims to love you go completely bananas, then that's their fucking problem. I fully understand that people have preferences, but what the actual fuck? We've been married for several years, and she's always been into me in every way. So does anybody have any suggestions on what I should do next? She is right now wondering why it feels like someone died at home and why I seem uninterested in talking to her.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Both sides. Like, if you've been married for several years, then, like, the haircut's, like, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I can get it if you're, like, within the first 5 years, because then it's like, holy shit, I've never seen this person like this. Like, not that I
Yeah.
don't love you, but why?
And like,
Whoa.
how long was the hair? Was it like, I'm fucking Jesus, bro? Was it Joe from
Yeah.
Survivor long?
Yeah.
Like, how long was this hair? Or was it like my hair right now and I
Yeah.
buzzed it because I didn't
Yeah.
want to go get a haircut?
Yeah.
How long was the hair?
Like,
That's a good question.
how substantial is the
drastic, how
change?
drastic.
yeah, how
Yeah.
drastic
Yeah.
is
Like,
the
does,
change?
like, would you walk past that person on the street and be like, I don't even know you, type of thing? Like, I
Yeah.
think that's
Recognize that person.
Yeah.
Exactly. I remember, Kat, do you remember this? When I was in like grade 5. I think it was grade 5. Something like that. So you would have been grade 10. I took the scissors to my bedroom and I just started cutting my hair. I think I had long kind of bangs. And I just snip, 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 snip. My bedroom, my bed, I had the little bunk bed where there was like storage underneath it. It was like
Okay.
the raised one.
Okay.
And there was just hair all over the bed. And then I came out and my hair was a fucking disaster. Because I'm just like cutting the top of my head
did it yourself.
as short as I could. So it was like some parts were short, some parts were still a centimeter, 2 centimeters long. It was this literal nasty fucking disaster. Because I'm like 10 just going snip, snip above my head. No mirror. I'm just going by feel.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
literally going by what I can feel.
Why would you do
I
that?
didn't have a mirror in my bedroom.
So you didn't go
So
to the
why
bathroom?
would you do that?
So I don't know why I did it, but I just did it. And then I go to mom and I'm like, Mom, I cut my hair. She's like, what the fuck did you do? She's like, we need to fix this, honey. And she takes me to the bathroom and she just buzzes it.
Yeah, no, I don't remember
Just
that.
buzzes it. And I go into 5th grade. I've got no fucking hair. I just went from having like bangs down to my eyebrows
to
and
a,
like
to a
So, like,
zero.
buzz
to a
cut.
fucking buzz. And I just remember at first I walked in the class, everybody laughed at me. It was so embarrassing.
Aw.
They were like, what happened to your hair? You're fucking bald. You look weird. What the fuck happened? And then I think some girl is sitting behind me and she's like, can I touch your head? She was sitting on the desk behind me and she like reaches over and she like this. She's like, oh my God, I feel so cool. Rebecca, get over here. I don't actually know the name. But she like called over her girlfriends. And next thing you know, there's like 3 girls with their hand on my bald head of like really short. And next thing you know, I was cool.
Oh,
Because
you're
it
cool
felt
again.
cool.
Okay.
In the morning, fucking embarrassed. I don't even want to be in school. Shoot me. Everybody hates me because I'm looking at my bald ass head. And in the afternoon, I was the coolest fucking kid because I was the only one who was essentially bald and everybody's feeling my head. And they're like, it feels so cool. Yeah.
I knew that was coming from Teresa.
Grade 5. Babe, do you remember when I dyed my hair?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, COVID happened.
Kat remembers that too.
COVID happened. We lived with Kat. I lived with you, remember? And I dyed my hair blonde when we were
Oh
in the
my
COVID
God,
lockdown.
yes.
And I'm like, well, I've been wanting to dye my hair for a couple of years, and if I'm ever gonna do it, I should do it during the lockdown because
It
who
was
knows when I'm
terrible.
going back to work.
You don't remember? When he was blonde?
I dyed it blonde. I'm
We
gonna
bleached it.
Teresa, find the picture. Ask me for the picture. I have it on my
do, but
phone. We'll
he's-
throw it up.
He's dyed it so many times blonde through my
Okay,
life.
okay.
So it
It's-
Literally
It's like-
twice.
It was bad.
There's literally twice. I dyed my hair in grade 8, and then I dyed it blue for prom.
Okay, so he dyed it again.
I dyed it blue for
pandemic.
prom. You drove
Okay.
me or rode me to
On the
school on the
motorcycle,
motorcycle.
I remember.
The helmet fucking put blue dye all on my forehead
Oh.
for grade 8 graduation.
Oh.
And then
I
I dyed
remember.
it like silver. I dyed it like gray and silver.
Okay, I remember.
You look like
Well,
fucking Aaron Carter.
We
Rest in
bleached
peace.
it, and then
We
it was
bleached
orange.
and it was orange. We bleached
and then you had
it
to
again.
dye it.
Went white.
You
and
had
then
to color it with white, like literal
Then we
white.
we dyed it silver.
Should have toned
Silver.
it.
Bleached
Yeah.
it twice, dyed it silver.
We tried.
And then guess what happened? It's time to go back to work. So I go back to
We're
work.
like, what are you gonna do?
I go back to work and they're like, why the fuck is your hair as silver as Megan's headphones? Why the fuck is your hair silver right now? And I'm like, I thought it'd be cool. They're like, eh. So I'm like, okay, I should probably get a haircut. You know what? And I didn't like, girls, I don't know how you dye your hair. Majority of our listeners are girls. So girls, I don't know how you dye your hair blonde. Like Teresa, you dye your hair blonde for a long time.
Yeah.
Your hair fucking dyes.
That's
Like
dead.
I'm in the shower, I'm washing my hair, and my hair has no volume to it. It's flat.
dead.
There's nothing. It feels grainy. It feels no life in it. It added friction. The shampoo doesn't go through it. I hated the feeling of my dyed hair when I was shampooing because I'm like, it's fucking dead. There's no oil in it. Dried out, brittle, whatever.
Yeah, well, we used box.
Yeah.
Box
We did.
bleach,
Yeah.
box dye. We didn't go to a
So-
professional
Salon.
hairstylist.
I don't know what it's like when it's professional, but it felt dead to me. So, Kat, this is still COVID. Most things are locked down. For some reason, car dealership people have to go back to work. I was working at BMW at the time. Time to go back to work as a car dealership people, even though everybody else, including hairdressers, are in fucking lockdown. So, what do we find? Kat has a friend or something, a dentist family, friend, cousin or something.
Stop burping.
Sorry, it's the carbonated drink. Blacklisted, dark undernet ground because you're not supposed to be working in COVID times. Haircut, and yeah, she speak Portuguese, so there was a little bit of a communication barrier. And I was like, I want all the dead stuff gone. And so she starts buzzing the side of my head. Well, every barber I go to, they do a number 2 on the side of your head, and then they'll scissor cut the top. So she's buzzing the side, and then all of a sudden, she goes, number 2, right down the center of the top. But I'm like, I look at Teresa, I'm like, what the, I couldn't say anything. I look at Teresa, fucking dead in my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I thought she was going to go number 2 on the sides, and then she would scissor cut the top from kind of like down to like just a little bit. So just a little bit stayed at the top, so it kind of had a little bit of level. No, number 2, my whole fucking head. And the next day I show up at Parkview BMW at work, and they're like, what
happened?
the fuck happened? They're like, gray was better than this. So then I had to talk to clients for like 3 weeks as this bald motherfucker. And I had legit this one time where I met this customer when my hair was fucking gone. And they ordered a car, but they got a car that was incoming. So it took like 4 weeks for it to arrive. Then they came back in. I went to the front to go say hi for the delivery. And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, it's Denver. I sold you the car. They're like, it's me. I didn't even recognize you. They're like, what is different?
It's not me, it's Patricia.
I'm like, my hair grew back. I was bald when I sold you a car. They're like, oh yeah. Fuck my life. Never dye my hair.
Fucking number 2.
Never dye my hair again. Never dye my hair again.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when you had the buzz.
Yeah.
It was a vibe.
It was something.
Panic at the
Yeah,
disco.
it was a look.
It was a look. It was something.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, this ends episode
I don't know.
18. No, we're at 18 because we had
17.
17 A and B. We lost an episode a couple episodes
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
So this is technically 18. A little update on 17A. I gave the SD card to some data recovery place. They might
Fingers
be able to find it.
crossed.
They might not. If so, episode 17 will come out as episode 27 something. But can you imagine that we are 18 episodes into this podcasting career?
I
Okay.
can't.
Kat, you've listened to 18 episodes.
I listened to all of them.
Remember when you listened to the first one as a joke? You're like, yeah, I'll
For
just
support.
give you my honest opinion whether you really suck or not.
I was like, can you please listen to this? Give me a review. And I'm like, family. I'm
Fuck my
stuck.
life.
And then I got 20 minutes in and I'm like, fuck, this shit is good. I was like, this is really entertaining. I will listen to this.
I'm
And
at
by the end of
15
it,
and a half.
I was like, I
15
love
and a
it.
half.
15 and a half.
I love it.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. This has been another episode of Thread Talk Tuesday, bringing you the absolute wildest stories from Reddit. If you guys are listening on Spotify, thank you so much. Hit the follow button. But please check us out on YouTube if you want to have a conversation with us. Drop a comment down on the YouTube video. Smash the like button. Helps us out so much. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys so much.
Close.
So close.
So close.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Another week or two.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If you smash that button.
Yes.
Smash it hard.
Okay. It's a long night. All
Smash
right.
it like it's a vacuum.
Oh,
you did not.
Come on.
Game
Smash
over.
it like you're powering on the vacuum.
Okay.
You
all
dirty
right.
devil.
Cut.
No,
Alright.
well, that's fine. Okay,
That's
Teresa,
fine.
end us off.
Thank you, Kat and Megan, for
Yes, thank you.
coming on. I
Thank
hope
you.
you guys had a
You're
great time.
welcome. It's a
And
pleasure to be here.
And if you guys
Give them-
enjoyed Kat and Megan, let us know in the comments and we'll bring them back.
I was gonna say that, but you cut me off.
Oh, fuck. I always do that. I'm always cutting Teresa off. I'm sorry.
And show them some love in the comments if you guys like them. If you want them to come back on.
Let us know which one your favorite is. We'll do a poll.
No,
God.
don't do that.
Oh.
I'm joking. We love everybody equally here.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. See you guys next time. Bye.
See you next Tuesday.